opportunities at selectquote.com/commercials.
Dozens of flights have been grounded. Ferry service is suspended in South Korea ahead of a tropical storm that's been dumping heavy rain on Japanese islands for a week.
Strong winds were blowing on the resort island of Jeju during the afternoon and rain pouring in the area. Forecasters expect a punishing impact from Kanoon, which is forecast to move up to the center of the country with high winds over the next period. Korean forecasters have measured Kanoon at typhoon strength, while Japanese forecasters measured it as a tropical storm. The eye of the storm is forecast to brush by Seoul, and as much as 2 feet of rain could fall in places. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has visited Slovenia, promising EU help to the small member state, which was ravaged by recent flooding that killed at least 6 people and caused extensive damage across the country. News and analysis, townhall.com. Maybe a change in the way controlled substances are dispensed.
Telemedicine advocates are praising the DEA for potentially relaxing rules on allowing controlled substances to be prescribed virtually. The DEA said Friday that it's open to starting a special registration process to allow for providers to write prescriptions for patients without ever needing them to have an in-person medical evaluation. The DEA is holding a listening session next month for the public to discuss the issue. Keisha Stevens reporting.
Defeating 2 of his primary challengers, Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves capturing the Republican nomination for a second term. He will face Democrat Brandon Presley in the November general election. Presley, a cousin of the late Elvis Presley, ran unopposed. Mississippi is one of 3 states holding races for governor in an off-year election. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday.
Yep.
Made it to the smack dab middle of the week.
You did it, everybody. Day number 3 of the school year.
Yeah.
How's Kim holding up?
She's doing well. She's tired.
I can imagine.
But muddling through.
If she completes today, she'll be up a day from last year. Because remember, last year everything went down and she was only able to work 2 days of the school year.
And to be honest, if you look at the time, like August 8th was the day she had her surgery.
That's right. So we beat the clock.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, buddy. Smooth sailing on calm seas.
Which is, so a year ago for me, it was a rough time for me.
I can't believe
that was 1 year ago. Kim went down and
that was just yesterday.
I'll never forget because our anniversary is on the 11th.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we're going to do a little thing this weekend. But I remember, because I remember like today would have been like the 8th or 9th or whatever, so it would have been like around this time I was down in the gift shop at the hospital, and they had flowers in there, and I'm like, hey, how often? I was like, it's like, oh, we'll get some new ones in the morning. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna buy some tomorrow's my wife's anniversary. we're here. So this is the best I can do. So
hey, dude, hospital gift shops really go the extra mile, just like hospital cafeterias. I mean, they really step their game up.
Yeah,
they know that the people that are there probably don't want to be there, so they're going to make that experience a little bit better for you.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it was really nice, and we had considering what was going on, it was actually one of the more memorable anniversaries, just because I can say it's good now.
I say it all the time, but 100 bad days make 100 good stories. You have to go through the slog of it to kind of get a good story out of it.
Yeah. And so actually this weekend we're going to go, because we got married in Alto. It would have been 22 years ago on the 11th. Wow. And we stayed the night, and at the time it was, what was it called then? Like Hawthorne something. It was a little resorty. One of those. It's now called the Elegante Lodge or something like that. But it's the place we stayed our honeymoon night. The night after your wedding, we got a suite and everything up there with fireplace and jacuzzi hot tub and all that.
Ooh, that's the bomb. In-room jacuzzi hot tub.
Oh yeah,
that's the best.
So we basically for our anniversary rented that. I don't know if it's the exact same room, but the same style room at the new place in the same facility. So that's where we're going to stay the night this weekend.
Just a pro tip.
Yes.
Don't put bubble bath in the jacuzzi.
Did that the first time.
I'm just saying. It's bad news, bud.
Yeah.
Just a quick pro tip.
Yeah. They will get like 10 feet tall, those bubbles.
They really will. It tends to work up. It's kind of like putting a stir into your coffee.
And then the more you stop it, and the more it goes, it's like, I can't get it to stop. You're just like, okay, I think we're done. And then you let's turn the bubbles back on. And you're like, oh, man. Nope. So, but yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Nice.
I remember that time, the entire bathroom was covered in birdseed because at our wedding, you know how they throw the birdseed? Well, Kim's... It was her brother. I think it was her brother. Her brother's husband. I can't remember which one did it. They literally, as we're going through the kind of the gauntlet, he just took a thing of rice that just pummeled Kim right in the...
That's a movie. Somebody jumps out, he's like, poof!
It just pummeled Kim right in the face. But she had her hair like all way did up with baby's breath. And so literally that baby, the birdseed got all... And so when she took her hair down and took like pounds of birdseed just fell on the ground.
And needless to say, there was a flock of pigeons waiting on our balcony the next morning.
Needless to say, I felt bad for the housekeeping the next day. But, so we won't have that problem this year, not that I know of, unless there's some weird plans I don't know about.
You should just, hey, Kim, got a bag of seed for you.
Yeah.
Poof. Just recreate old times.
Yeah, but it was fun. So, yeah, so we're going to do that.
Nice.
But, yeah, this was... Yeah, we were.
That's a much better way to spend your anniversary.
Kim told me yesterday it was the 8th. She goes, "This is the day I had the surgery." I was like, "Ah, yeah."
Wow.
So yeah, that was the day I was also plotting and planning, trying to get flowers in a hospital. I was like, "We're going to have to go do something here." But yeah, it was. Now it wasn't my most. That was arguably the roughest week of my life. You know, living. But hindsight, I'm like, it kind of was nice. A special time.
Sure.
When you think about it.
And it's because things came around. Things came full circle. Things are back
There's
to...
a happy ending there.
Back to as close to normal as one could hope for. So, that's really, why that's why a bad day can become a good story. There's a lot of bad days that become bad stories. Stories that I just don't quite frankly want to tell.
Yeah, sometimes they just snowball, and then, one begats, and... Then it turns into an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, which...
It's like next thing you know, you're eating a bowl of Fruity Pebbles that's comfortably sitting on top of your belly while you're just lounged on a couch watching YouTube videos.
There you go.
What?
By the way, I
blacked out there for a minute.
I got a thing. So, when I was having kids earlier in the summer at the house on the regular, I bought a box of Fruit Loops.
Okay.
I had other cereals, but I purchased Fruit Loops because I'm aware.
Sure.
Not everyone wants to eat chocolate things.
Right.
And so over the weekend, there was some left over in the box, and over the weekend I was like, I haven't had a bowl of Fruit Loops since a child. Let's sample them Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops is different. They don't taste the same as they did when a kid.
It's not the same necessarily, but you've really never had Fruit Loops as an adult?
No,
That's
I did over the weekend.
Well, yeah, but that's crazy to me.
Not that I remember. It's been a long time since I had Fruit Loops.
You are really against fruit.
I just prefer chocolate.
You're anti-fruit, man. That is crazy. So I'm just gonna ran Fruity Pebbles.
Oh shoot! I was a child last time I had Fruity Pebbles.
Seriously, Trix?
I rarely eat Trix.
But you've had it as an adult.
No.
This is mind-blowing to me.
I don't eat that.
You have never worked the fruit pantheon of the cereal aisle?
No, I'm not. Not since I was a child. I'm not a fan of that stuff.
I have known you for the better part of 2.5 decades.
Yeah.
The fact that you can shock me like this is astonishing. I have no idea.
No, I don't mess with that stuff.
You got to open your palate a little bit, man.
I like what I like, and that's what I do. I mean, I eat the chocolatey kid cereals.
That's amazing.
And then I'll eat like the Quaker Oat squares.
Okay, so now Cocoa Pebbles.
Yes.
In your adulthood?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Count Chocula?
Count Chocula?
Yes.
Blueberry.
Cocoa Puffs? Yes.
Blueberry.
No blueberry.
Seriously, this is... Eat some fruit, man! You're going to get scurvy.
In all fairness... There's about as much fruit in the.
That's why they spell it with 2 O's. I know.
As there is, chocolate in there.
But I'm just saying, there's like other. I don't know, man.
S'more cereals, chugged them.
Well, yeah, there's chocolate in there. That doesn't count.
Exactly. I'm saying I don't eat the fruit cereals.
That's just wow.
Lucky Charms, none of those.
You ever tried the worst cereal known to man, Crave?
Yes.
It is terrible. It's like wheat cereal, but then it's got little bits of chocolate bar in it, but people don't ever explain that chocolate bar gets hard in cold liquids. It's horrible.
They would be tasty without the milk. Like if you just snacked on them.
Mix, yeah,
they're good that way. But yeah, as soon as you put milk to them, they're gross. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They're like Hikers M&Ms, you know.
Yes, I've eaten that, and I love granola, so I'll eat granola and stuff. But yeah, but Trix and Fruity Pebbles.
That's just astonishing to me.
Yeah, I don't mess with Rice Krispies. I'll eat the snot out of.
Well, you probably should put snot in your Rice Krispies. It's a bad way to have it.
That's the crackle. But yeah, never.
That's just wow.
On occasion, because my wife likes Apple Jacks. Mm-hmm. On occasion, I'll have Apple Jacks. So I've had Apple Jacks.
See, this is coming from somebody who's obviously never had the Fun Pack. Because in the Fun Pack, you get your Honey Smacks, you get your fruit cereal.
Always had it in Boy Scout scenarios, and I was the one who always grabbed the Frosted Flakes or Rice Krispies and avoided the or weirdly enough Sugar Smacks. Remember them?
Oh, I love
with
Sugar
the frog.
Yeah.
Although I argue that was actually cereal too, because that was more like a monkey bread, stale monkey bread.
See,
or something.
Okay, so there's Honey or Sugar Smacks, but I had the other version, which was Golden Crisp.
Oh yeah, I remember
that. To this day, I love that cereal. This puffed wheat with a little bit of sugar on top.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah,
they get nice with it.
Corn Pops, I never was into.
See, yeah, Corn Pops, it feels like a scam.
Yeah, I never liked Corn Pops. Those were kind of
kid tested. Yeah, those and Kicks, the whole kid tested, mother approved thing. I don't care if mom approves.
Yeah, Kicks. No kid ever had Kicks because they were like that was the anti-kid cereal because the fact that they tried to make it like it's for kids, not adults.
Your mom would love it.
Then I don't want it. Right. My mom hates Cocoa Puffs. I love it.
I should get to the rundown because that's just it's not going to get you better. That's mind blowing.
All right, here's what we got on tap for today's show. Here in just a few minutes, Janine Best with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women will join us. Their next meeting will be 1 week from today, next Wednesday. So we'll get an update from her and talk also about what they've got going on. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Brian Luck, Roswell Independent School District Superintendent, will join us. They had their last school board meeting yesterday, so we'll get the skinny on that. And of course, everybody back to school, so find out how that's going. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15 or so, we're going to replay our interview. Rick Lamb with Boys and Girls Club here in Roswell joined us. They're now getting full swing into their fall session as well. With after-school programs, things like that. So we're going to play that conversation here about 9:15 or so. Plus, we'll have all of your features that include the news of the local and national variety, along with your Wall Street business update. sports and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. Before we do anything else, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. Our afternoon high topping out at about 105. Just a slim chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm around Carlsbad, and it stays sunny for the rest of our area. Partly cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then mostly sunny and more heat coming up on Thursday. Our high going up to about 105, maybe an afternoon shower, and 105 on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. And currently, you know what? I didn't refresh my weather. It still says 551. There we go. Currently 82 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 32%. Winds says they're blowing out of the southeast 14, gusting to 20. Although my weed tree isn't moving that fast. I don't know if it's that at the moment, but that's what they're saying. We do have a heat advisory once again for today from noon till 8 p.m. Expect sunny skies, a high of 105 today. Winds will be out of the northwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. No talk of no rainstorms like we got yesterday. That was nice. Nice little change. I enjoyed that. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 73 degrees. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly sunny, 104 for a high tomorrow. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you Friday, there is a 20% chance at afternoon showers. Otherwise sunny and hot with a high of 104. 20% chance of rain for Friday night as well. Saturday, we're looking at a 30% chance at showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise mostly sunny and 104. 30% chance of rain for Saturday night. Sunday, a 30% chance at showers. Mostly sunny and 101. 30% chance of rain Sunday night as well. Monday, 30% chance of rain with a high of 100. So maybe non-soon season might turn into monsoon season. Maybe. Still not holding my breath. All right, it is 7:19. We're going to take a 2-minute commercial break, and then we'll talk to Janine Best with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Have you lost that loving feeling for your alarm company? It turns out that long-distance relationship with them leaves you little to no customer service? In case you didn't know, Zenith Security Services is a local, family-owned company that's been right here in southeast New Mexico since 1998. Zenith Security can take over most existing alarm equipment, and if their monitoring is higher, they'll price match your existing services. So what are you waiting for? Call Zenith Security Services today at 575-626-3521.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Let's face it, guys. We're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, that's aftermath.media.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women,
Janine Corbett. I usually just cut off the Chaves County and say Federated Republic.
I got to get it all in at least once. The rest I can abbreviate after that. But at least the first one I got to get right. So Janine Best with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
A little better this morning. The clouds and the breeze, and it's 85 instead of 90 already.
Yeah.
So
and
little shower last night.
As I was reading, that was nice.
It was nice.
I knew there was like a chance, but I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was just sitting there, in the house watching the news at the time. It was about 6:30 or so.
Correct.
6:30.
Correct.
I was like, I hear thunder. I'm like, nuh-uh, that was thunder. Is someone hitting
That's
something?
on the TV.
Right. I was like, is there a car accident out the street? What's going on? And then I was like, wait a minute, I think I hear rain.
It was.
And then I was like, oh man. So yeah, I was like, oh,
it was hitting the window, so now I don't have to wash my window.
Yeah, it was official full-on rain. It got puddles and everything. So I was happy.
Puddles and everything.
So I was happy. And then when I was reading the weather here this morning, I was like, oh, there's like 30% chance of Saturday, Sunday. For us, that's good.
Exactly. Enjoy it while you can.
Yes, wash your cars this weekend.
And inhale the fresh air instead of all the dust and pollen. That's the biggest thing with people with the
Tampa. Yeah, I know what you're saying. What day was it? Monday. I was really bad this week, and yet today I'm a lot better.
Good.
So,
Good. Ruidoso was really bad with the pollen this year. I mean, it was horrible.
Hopefully they got some because I'm going to be up there this weekend. So
that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. It's so close. It's just nice to get away.
One more escape into cooler temps before we get into the grind of the fall.
Exactly.
But we do want to make sure you're in town next Wednesday.
We are in town next Wednesday.
Yes.
We have our monthly luncheon.
Meeting. Yeah,
it's the third Wednesday of every month. So it's the 16th, I think.
Let me confirm.
I think it's the 16th of this month.
Yes, you're right. It is the 16th.
Yeah, the 16th. It is at the Roswell Convention Center.
As it is every month.
As it is every month. They've worked with us real well.
They provide a delicious little lunch and everything.
They provide a delicious little lunch. This month, it is a Mexican buffet.
A little... Maybe some tacos?
We're going to have some enchiladas.
Oh, enchiladas. Can't go
and then we're going to have, I think, a cold bean salad.
Okay.
A cold pinto bean salad. And then the desserts and, everything that goes with it.
So, music to follow.
No.
Church supper music to follow.
No. Our speaker is, though, Steve Pierce.
Oh, very good. Is he still head of the Republican?
He is.
I didn't know if he, I knew he was, but I didn't know if someone else took over. He still is.
He still is. So he's going to give us a little bit of a speech, and then Eric Call, who is the head of the Chaves County Republican Party, he's going to come in. So those are our two speakers.
So you're kind of getting the statewide strategy for the party and countywide as well too, as we gear up.
And we have an election coming up in November.
Sure. The school board is definitely one of those big.
We have the school
and
board.
County. Is there any?
I don't believe there's any county.
Yeah,
I have on this paper from the county clerk that we've got Dexter, Elida, Hegerman, Lake Arthur, and Roswell School boards coming up. Eastern New Mexico University, and of course all of the wards here in Roswell, counselors and the municipal judge. Dexter, Hegerman, Lake Arthur, counselors, and mayor in Dexter, judge in Hegerman, judge in Lake Arthur. Soil and water district.
I know that doesn't sound sexy.
It's not
but
sexy.
It's very important.
Very important.
That you need a person that and what I'm saying, we've had one, but it's one that's it's kind of weird why it's an elected thing because it's really a position of knowledge. Not anybody can just do that job. You have to have a certain set of skills to do it.
Correct. So that's Chaves, Border, Central Valley, Hegerman, Dexter, Penasco, and Upper Hondo. Cottonwood, Walnut Creek, Watershed, they have 3 positions too.
Okay.
So that's your list for November.
Well,
this November.
Wars start over water, so you want to make sure you have good people managing.
You know
that kind of
what?
stuff.
Water is more important than oil.
You're absolutely correct.
You know what? And that's one good thing about Roswell. We sit on an aquifer.
It's the hardest water in the world, but we got plenty of it.
Exactly. So that's our lineup for the 16th, which is this coming Wednesday.
Good deal. So really come and I would encourage you to come early.
Yes.
Because that way that's a chance you get to talk, and if you want to talk to Steve Pierce a little bit, or any of the other folks.
Any of the other folks.
Yeah, they love to sit down or chit chat a little bit after, but a lot of times people have to get back to work and stuff, so they like to come a little early.
We do make sure it's done by 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we
are 1 hour. You can come ahead. You can stay a little after. But The speech is only 1 hour.
And everything kind of gets underway about 11:30 as far as lunch and all that stuff.
Come in, it's $16 a head. So you get a full lunch for $16, and I don't know where you can get that in town.
Not today. Not
today.
In COVID, post-COVID prices.
Correct.
You can't even go to McDonald's and get a burger meal for that much.
You are correct. So that's what we're doing. We are.
It would be nice if you RSVP.
Well, yes.
That would. I mean, you don't have to.
We would love,
but it sure would make the culinary staff and the people that do the logistics at the convention center.
And I turn a head count in the Monday of. So by next Monday, we would love
do
a
it
head
by
count.
through this weekend or
Yes,
get
sir.
it day just you can do so if you find the Chaves County Federated Republican Women Facebook page. Shoot a message on there, and one of the ladies will be happy to get that information.
We try to keep up with that one, and then it's RSVP CCFRW at Google Mail.
Okay, that's the email address.
The email address to RSVP.
Which I imagine you'll find a link at the Facebook.
Hence, RSVP CCFRW.
LML emoji.
Exactly.
I love acronyms.
That's better than pronouns.
As a man who spent some time in the military, I got introduced to. They have acronyms for acronyms.
Yeah, it's better than today's pronouns.
Exactly. Very good. But I would highly, come to these because every month they always focus on education. As we get closer to elections, you'll probably start seeing more of the candidates and things
you'll see
like
the candidates. We're very informative.
Yes.
We're one of the most informative federated women in the state.
That's the key to this stuff. You know, you want to know what's going on, educate yourself.
Exactly.
And this is how you do that. You come to these events, you come learn. Do your own research online and do your digging on people and learning about what people represent. And,
correct.
And if you want to make the vote for the people that represent the things that you believe in.
And these ladies work hard to set this up every month.
Yes.
I mean, to get your speakers in, it's 6 months out, so forth and so on.
Well, and a lot of people, I think these are busy people that have, they like you said,
this is all volunteer.
Their calendar's 6 months out in events and things.
It is all volunteer work.
Yeah.
So
this is and when they're not, and this is the other side I love, when they're not actively engaged in, the political side of things, they're working community stuff. They're down here working with our students, working with community-based organizations in town and things. So when they're not, educating and informing and supporting Republican candidates, they are busy doing community.
Correct.
Getting their hands dirty.
We've got a lot of teachers and, all of that, and they come.
Yeah. So. Great scholarship program for
programs,
teens
literacy. We help the Assurance Home. We hand out dictionaries to the younger kids at the first of the school year.
Those are all the passion projects.
Scholarships.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of veterans.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is they're always looking for more fellas and ladies.
Yes.
Yes, it's the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, but the associates, fellas, you're more than welcome to come and be a part. And you don't have to have a spouse in there.
It's a great date. It's a great date lunch.
There you go. Exactly. And every time, and if depending on who the cook is in your spouse family here, one gets a day off there.
Correct. We also have the Cowboy Prom.
Yes, that's probably one of your big fundraising events.
Every 2 years, we do what we call the Cowboy Prom. Joan gave you the history of it and how it's come along. This year, we have the Graham Brothers.
Oh, good.
And they're the same as we had last year, but they are a dancing, if you like country and western swing,
they're boot
awesome.
scooters. That's right.
They're awesome.
Be prepared,
it's all day of dancing.
Load up on beef because you're going to burn off all that dancing.
Yeah. Yes, and speaking of food, Peppers is our caterer. So we have a green chili brisket, a tequila lime chicken, which will go with their margaritas because they're bringing their special margaritas on over.
Very good.
So we do have a cash bar.
Okay.
No speeches.
It's all dancing and eating.
We're not having any speeches this year. We have only five items to auction.
Okay.
So we're not going to hit
those
your
are always
pocketbook
fun. And all
hard.
this goes back to help scholarships and do all the things that the Chaves County Federated
We do have a
Republican
firearm this year. It is a commemorative Henry .22 long rifle.
Oh.
The fancy one with all the gold and
kind
the
of like
silver.
you see in the old Western movies and stuff.
Yeah,
that
so
style.
it's a collector's item.
Very good.
And
Probably,
we're gonna-
is this more of a shooter or more of a hanger on the wall?
More of a
thing?
hanger on the wall.
I got you. Okay.
I mean, if you have to shoot.
Sure,
you
once in
can.
a while, but
Yeah.
maybe not your regular, hunting gun.
And
or
it's a
anything.
card cut.
Okay.
So we're going to use 3 decks of cards.
Okay.
And then as you pay the money, they tear it. You keep one, they keep one, and then they match at the end of the night.
Very good.
So
it'll be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. More dancing than anything. And that's
No
only
doubt.
we have a photo booth, so you can have silly hats and all of
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. Every time you have one of these nights, come out and bid on the auctions. But the food's
Nothing
great.
fancy, even though the word prom is there.
Yes.
It's nothing
Yeah,
fancy.
prom
it's
is come in your jeans and boots and your hats. And,
Exactly. It was just a nice ring when we made it.
and Peppers does an amazing job every time with providing food. That's,
Correct.
You know, odds are, if you've been to an event in town,
You've had peppers.
you probably had Peppers because I mean, there's others, but for the most part, they've been taking care of this community's needs for that
have.
kind of stuff as long as I can remember.
These
So.
ladies have been working on the centerpieces a long time. I know I've been rolling cigars for the last 6 months.
Ooh, do you have are you?
They are fake.
Okay, I was gonna say
They're
maybe you can
fake.
move to Honduras or Cuba and get a job down there. A cigar.
I've got this down.
You got the skill.
I've got it down.
I know those people are artisans when they do
You
the
know what?
cigar rollers.
It's
yeah,
harder than you think.
Oh yeah, I watched a thing on TV about it, and it's artisan work. It's not. It
was finding the right paper to imitate a tobacco leaf.
Yeah, without actually. Yeah, and the thing is, tobacco leaves. It doesn't feel like paper.
No,
and
they're
so
stretchy.
So it rolls
It's
different.
rubbery.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's
So
it's
it's
hard to
been fun,
replicate.
you
That's
know.
cool.
Me and my crafty self.
There you go. See, we need, because I'm not one of those folks, and I would have been like, I don't know how to make that, recreate
Well,
that.
it's going to be funny because they're so real-like. I'm hoping nobody decides
No one tries to
take
smoke
them home
one?
and smoke them. Because if you are, you're going to get lead poisoning because the base is a number 2 pencil.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. That was.
So I remember all those days when we collected them from the fair. I had like boxes of them, so I had to find a place to use them somewhere.
I was just thinking that they'd be sitting on the back porch smoking, going, this thing's crap.
Exactly. Oh, well.
Yeah. But yes, please mark it on your calendars. Well, I know September 16th seems like a long way away. Guess what? We're in August
not.
now.
It
It's
is
next
August.
month.
It is.
We are almost just a month away
Correct.
from the event. We're about
Correct.
a month and a week away from this thing.
It's going to be a blast. We have a good time. Our ladies work hard getting your tables ready and your plates ready. And Peppers, of course, they tag in. And we have FFA kids from Goddard that are going to help us clear tables.
Awesome.
And stuff. So we've got them
Talk with those
volunteer.
young men and women. You'll be impressed at how.
And they'll
just-
wear probably either their T-shirts or their coats. So you know who they are.
Yeah, oh yeah, you'll see them. I tell the story. I like to brag on FFA kids because I tell this story every time I'm going to do it anyway. Like every year, I've been doing fairs for 100 years. It seems like, and every year you interview the kids and stuff, and older you get, the little more crotchety you get in life. And I'm no different. Yeah, I'm no different than anybody else. And so you see kids, and you see all the stuff in the world, and you get a little glass half empty feeling. And then I go to the fair, and I interview a couple of the kids and everything, and it's yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. It's articulate thought. You ask a question, they're actually answering with thought behind it.
They have true sentences.
Yes, and so after that, I'm like, okay, maybe
There is hope.
There is hope, and
There
so
is hope.
and so every time FFA, 4-H kids, all those young men and women that you see out in the fair every year, go talk to them while
That's
they're
our future.
Yeah, while you're at the cowboy prom and they're making sure everything's
Future
taken.
farmers of America.
Talk
I
to
mean,
them.
and they aren't necessarily all farmers or ranchers. These are kids that have committed to the livestock and the animals they raise.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. This is
And kids are welcome to the cowboy prom too. We'll
Very good.
mark them so they can't go to the bar
Sure.
and all that. But we want kids learning to dance. All
Absolutely.
the FFAs have dances and stuff.
Well,
so we want them to come too.
30 years from now, we want to keep doing cowboy proms, and if they're not there to see how it works,
Exactly. Exactly. And us old folks need to teach them how to dance instead of the stuff they do.
It's funny you mentioned that. I wasn't much on TV last night, so I stumbled on an old episode of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
And there's an episode where Frank, the dad,
Yes.
showing one of the daughters how to dance, and they were surprised because
in
he's
the
like,
kitchen.
Yeah,
to Eddie Arnold. Yes,
and they were surprised because he's usually kind of an animal, and he was like, woo, and then. The two boys, Ray and Robert, they were showing their dance, and it was like, and of course the parents were like, "What is wrong?" And so when you said
Night
that,
and day.
it was that exact thing where the grandpa's dancing like Fred Astaire over here, and then you got these two dancing the '70s.
You know what? And our kids don't know that we can dance.
Yeah.
I found that out after raising all my kids and doing the businesses and finally retiring. I dance on the weekends.
Okay.
And I took the kids with me last weekend. Of course, they're old enough to go in the bars and took them. And they were like, Mom knows how to dance. I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're
I
not
did things before I put you on this earth.
Exactly. So this is a good time to bring your kiddos.
Absolutely.
I believe it's 12 and under. It's just $20.
Okay.
For the plate, and that's for the plate of
They don't
food.
need as much.
No, they
Unless
don't
they're
need as much.
teenage boys, then we're in trouble.
Yeah. And then everything above that is the 70 because that's where your fundraising comes in.
Okay.
We have tables of 8 for 800, and we have tables of 10 for 1,000.
Okay, so you can add
So
if you got a little bit bigger,
it gets a bigger table.
Yeah.
A lot of the ladies don't know that. You can get these tickets at Calico Cow.
Okay.
And you can also get them at Zia Guns because
Very
Zia
good.
Guns is the one who is helping us with the firearm.
Okay, so that they are the ones who provided the firearm.
They're the ones who are providing the firearm.
Good deal.
And I don't know that that's on there, but Zia Guns is at 1907 North Main.
Pass it every day. Probably
Yep.
don't even realize it.
Yeah. And Calico Cow is 200 East 2nd. She did move from Main
Yes,
Street
new location.
to East College.
If you remember So Easy Sewing,
Yes.
the
That's where
location
she
there,
is
that's
now.
that. She, I think I can't remember bought them out or whatever. But anyway,
she bought them out,
yeah,
and she's our treasurer.
okay.
So she is part of the Federated
Very
Women
good.
also.
So yeah, come in
And so is Zia Guns.
And I'm going to say this, and I do this, and I don't know if Angel gets embarrassed when I do this, but I'm going to do it every time. This is why I love the Calico Cow and Angel Mays. I mean, she's a great person.
She's
and
a
all
Gold
that.
Star mother, too.
Yes, she is. She is a Gold Star mother, absolutely. But way back when COVID first started, that first week, days, and when they were shutting everybody down, and everyone's like, masks. Where do you get masks? I don't know, masks and all that. Well, Calico Cow was not an essential business. They were shut down. So Angel said, "Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make masks, or I'm going to provide mask kits." And so at that time, you couldn't get a mask.
You couldn't
anywhere.
get a mask.
You couldn't get a mask anywhere. And so Angel was like, "Hey, we're making masks. If you can't, I've got simple kits you can come pick up that you can make your own very simply." Angel basically, despite the fact she could generate no income, because
She handed them out.
so she just handed out
Yes.
and basically spent her own time, money, and
Yes.
energy providing what she could in her
Yes.
expertise.
She is an amazing young lady.
And that's why I said that's the epitome of why Roswell's great, is people like Angel Mays.
Yes.
And that's why
we need more of those people.
Yes. So I'll brag on her every
Yeah.
time. I should probably get some
So
embarrassed
she
when
has
I do
tickets.
it. Good. Okay.
She's got tickets. Actually, she has more tickets. She's one of our feeders. She feeds tickets out to all of us.
She's
So-
she's your supplier.
She's the supplier.
She's
So,
higher
yeah.
up in food chain.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got her, and then, like I said, Zia Guns. And they've
Awesome.
been so sweet.
And they do
to-
so much in the community
They
too.
do, too.
I don't know how many times you see events and things, or great events like this, and Zia Guns
Her
is part of it.
daughter won one of our awards, and I'm not sure which
that's
one.
right.
She came in and spoke about
Interviewed.
it.
That's right. I remember.
Correct.
We had a great conversation. Sisters, right?
Sister mother.
Sister mothers. Yeah.
Yeah, sister mother.
What
So
great people. Yes.
She's the one who won that, and she is also an associate.
Good deal.
She's old enough to be associate, and her mom is a member.
So you're the one
Sister
planning the cowboy prom for the next 20 years. That's
Yeah.
who she'll be doing.
Yeah.
She's got young blood in her. So
Yes. So I'm going to train her well this year.
Good. She's like, follow me
All
close.
new decorations. These folks have been to this for so long. It's just the same old decorations. So I switched it up this year, and it's all going to be new.
Get some new, freshen it
New,
up a
fresh
little
blood
bit.
in there. Yeah.
But mark the calendars, September 16th. It's going to be at the Convention and Civic Center.
Correct.
RSVP, please get your tickets now. Like I said, you can go to Zia Guns, or you can go to the Calico Cow.
Correct.
If you shoot a message on the Chaves County Federated Republican
We'll
Women's
get it.
Facebook, they'll come. I'm sure they'll even
or
deliver
the
to you.
RSVP.
Yeah,
We'll answer that. We'll come to you.
Yeah,
We'll
they'll
come
deliver
to your
those
door.
tickets to you if you need to. If you're stuck at the office
cash
or whatever.
check. We cannot do cards. We looked into cards, and now they're charging so much to do a card.
So it's not worth
it
trying it. So please help out. Have cash or write a check.
Correct. And if you just want to donate.
Yeah, sure. If maybe you're not, or pay it forward. If you're thinking I can't go, but I'd like to buy a table, give it to 8 or 10 people.
We have an angel table.
Okay.
So we have a table. If you buy a ticket, you can't come. We give it to another elderly lady, either from
some of your volunteers or something.
Some of our volunteers, and then we've got Peachtree that we feed out of and stuff
nice.
like that. So we do hand the tickets out to those ladies, and they can come. They don't stay the whole night, but they can get a meal.
They can come out, get a meal, socialize, and
listen to a little bit of music.
It's nice change of pace instead of being.
Everybody keeps wanting me to provide men to dance with. I can't do that. I'm having a hard time finding.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I need men to dance with these ladies.
You don't tell them they have to dance. Just tell them I need some men to meet some ladies. You feel like that would cut out the dance. Don't tell them about the dancing part.
Exactly. Not that I'm trying to be a social club or anything.
And then once they're there and they meet the ladies, they're kind of on the hook to dance.
Exactly.
So you got to. But I mean, just don't say this thing.
You know, it kind of outnumbers. The ladies kind of outnumber the guys. So.
Yeah, that's true. We, and then we say and do dumb things, and no one wants.
These ladies don't care. They just want dancing. They get a meal and they get to dance. They're
That's true.
good.
They get a night of entertainment.
Exactly.
But loved it. And again, this goes back. It's a fundraising for the Chaves
Correct.
County. So please, if you'd like to donate or if you want to.
And no speeches.
No speeches.
Not like
just,
our Wednesdays where we have information overload.
Yeah, this is party night, not
party
work night. This is just a night to dance and eat and mingle and celebrate and and raise some money here.
And you won't be turned away. I've reserved for 500.
All right, so we're gonna put every available inch of that building available for people to come and have fun.
We'll even let you set up down there with your group if you
There
want.
you go.
There you go.
Excellent. Well, that's a good thing. The convention center is a big facility.
It is a big facility. Cash bar, like I said.
Yeah. And of course, with peppers on the grill, there it's going to be a delicious night, delicious food. The Graham Brothers, if you've never seen them, they're
amazing.
If you love the country westerns, that whole sound, they're best in the business.
And we can drive you home if you want to have a really good time. We will drive you home.
Being responsible, that's always the good thing.
responsible.
So excellent. And like I said, get your tickets now. The sooner the better. I'd hate, and it's really
a head count.
The big thing is and help peppers because as being involved with Historical Society, I kind of seen the other side of this. It is very and Adam and his staff, they work a lot of logistics, and I'm hoping it's getting a little easier for them. But especially in the COVID world, getting beef, getting prices. And still be able to do what he does and make it affordable for us it's kind of a tricky thing, you know.
It is.
And so he's a master. Him and his people are a master at juggling that stuff.
Correct.
So big thank you to him for that.
Correct.
So, again, next Wednesday, 1 week from today, is the monthly meeting. That'll get underway about 11:30 at the Convention and Civic Center. If you can do us a solid RSVP by leaving a message on the Chaves County.
Perfect.
That would help out a little bit for the staff and everything.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. If you want to eat, it's $16. If you don't want to eat, you don't have to.
Nope.
You can just come and listen.
Sit, have a glass of tea.
But if you like, but what's going to happen is you're going to start smelling the enchiladas. You're like, dang,
and we will sell you a ticket.
And then you're like, all right, give me a ticket with the enchilada. Because I know what's going to happen. You're going to be sitting there, everyone's eating, and you're like, all right, give me some
Exactly. So Steve Pierce and Eric Call are speakers.
Yes, come meet the state and county leaders for the Republican Party.
For the Republican Party, and they'll give you information on what they're going to do for November 2024.
Okay.
So besides this November,
going on to
we got next November, which is a major presidential.
Yes, it's a busy year, and.
And they're going to tell you how we're going to make the state red again.
And you've seen the world we live in now. That's your chance to do something about it.
It is.
That's your best
chance to turn New Mexico red again.
Absolutely. So please pay attention. Come to these events. Do your research. I never tell you who to vote for as long as you educate yourself and do
vote.
It. Exactly.
Of course, vote right.
Sure.
Just vote.
But educate yourself.
Yes.
people that say I voted and then they say, well, I like so-and-so signs, I want to punch you in the face.
Yes, just because they're pretty.
I'd rather you not vote, to be honest, because you're doing more harm than good.
Exactly.
Educate yourself.
Because not everybody that can make a sign is good enough to be.
Exactly. They may be great at with arts and crafts, but they
that's my biggest thing. I can't spell, but I'm pretty good about what I do.
Yeah, well, that's me too. I botch some spelling words. That's why I talk and don't.
Of course,
write.
my English isn't very good either. It's that country twang.
I talk good.
Yeah, I that country twang.
I talk real good.
Correct.
But please come and inform. And if you're looking to get involved, and especially if you're thinking, I want to get involved with candidates and things like that, or you can use the Federated Republic of Women can be your conduit to do that.
And you don't have to be out in the public.
Absolutely.
We can use you addressing letters,
Sure.
Going over to the assurance home, we give them bags, just anything. You don't have to be visual.
Yeah. It's just, sometimes, but that's just it. Being the mule side of it, the side where you're the labor side and you're there out the goodies or making sure the event's going
correct.
That's the big stuff that happens. And to be honest, that's where it's needed, because that's the non-sexy part of it. And we got plenty of people who want to do the sexy side. It's the grunt work that
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth?
We all want the glory and none of the but none of the work.
Some of us just don't want the glory. We just want to get her done.
And exactly and so you got the opposite side. And
then they throw us to this where we have to come and be glorified.
Exactly. There's that side too. It's like, dang it. And weirdly enough, I don't like the spotlight either. I know people. Really, the radio show host getting like the spotlight.
But this is a little easier because there's not people like.
Yes, I can pretend no one's listening.
If you don't pay attention to your.
That
your thing up there.
And then I can pretend no one's listening till I say something completely off, and then that phone blows up in there, and then I'm like, oh, I screwed up.
I would not be good in your seat because everything I say is completely off. My truth overrides everybody else.
I've tasted my food a time or two.
But that's okay. That's America.
It is America, absolutely. But love to have you come out next Wednesday, one week from today, 11:30 at the Convention and Civic Center. And then September 16th is the Cowboy Prom.
Yes.
6 to 11 p.m., again at the Convention and Civic Center.
Correct.
Get your tickets now. Swing on by Calico Cow or Zia Guns here and get your tickets. Or shoot a message on the Chaves County Federated Republic of Women Facebook page or the RSVP Facebook page.
Yes.
And someone will get you tickets, no problem.
Yes, sir.
If you're interested, I guess if you're interested in a table, probably go through the Federated Republican Women page.
Yeah, hit Calico Cow or Zia.
Oh, Calico. Oh, they can do tables there too? Okay,
too.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, both
I figure
of those
for bigger
can do
ones,
tables.
maybe.
Calico Cow, maybe, because she has the tickets.
That's right. She is the next level.
The ticket
I forgot.
lady.
She is the keeper of the tickets.
Correct.
So
Correct. Or call that number and we'll come to your door.
575-420-8455. Call that number there and come out for a beautiful brisket or chicken dinner with peppers.
Drunk chicken.
Yeah.
Tequila chicken.
The tequila lime chicken. I was watching some show and I was learning the differences between the mezcal and tequila. And really, the only difference is the artisan-y side.
Correct.
Like tequila's more multi-product, like assembly line, where mezcal is more artisan-y home crack. But it's same made from the agave plant. Same.
I'm a whiskey girl.
But I just found it fascinating because I was like, what's the difference?
Well, and whiskey's the same way. You have massive.
Sure.
And then you have the ones that have to sit for years in barrels.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly. And qualify as what's bourbon versus what's
Right.
It's all hooch.
Exactly.
But definitely. So come on out, and of course, if you're interested in getting involved, come out to the meeting next week. Talk to any of the ladies or fellas that are part of. You'll be easy to spot out there. And
definitely.
And then get involved. And if you're wanting to get involved in a certain campaign, and you're having trouble getting contacts,
we'll find them for you.
Well, you can do all that. Get them all involved.
Don't hesitate. I believe August 29th is the last day for any of your school board and your counselor declarations.
Okay.
And that's to the county clerk.
And trust me, these are the elections you pay attention to. With Janine here and many others before. The local elections, your school board, your city councilor, your county commission, they impact your day-to-day life way more than a presidential election do. It's not doesn't have the
We
fireworks.
don't have the TV and the fireworks and all of that.
But as far as impacting your life, those folks have way more impact on that.
And we have the information to get you where you need to go to get there.
Absolutely. So please get involved, get educated, and at the very least, when you go to the polls, you vote knowing what you know about your candidate.
Yes, sir.
And that's what we want.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything we missed?
I don't think so.
All right.
Wednesday. Yeah, I think we got it.
Come and eat enchiladas.
You notice all of our stuff is around food?
That's because we're human beings. You want people there? Bring food.
That's true.
Churches figured it out millennia ago.
You're right. You're right. And you know which lady's food to eat at the Baptist buffet.
People like, hey, you want to come to our meeting polling about now? We're having steak. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, exactly. Everything circles around food.
Yep. Janine, as always, appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. God bless.
We'll see you next time. And,
yes, sir.
Don't work too hard.
Never.
I'm working hard at not working hard.
Exactly.
All right, it is 7:53. Let's pause for news. Your Chaves County sports update, Kim Commando update as well. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. High winds, heat, and extremely dry conditions are contributing to a number of wildfires and human-caused fires across the state in recent days, which is putting smoke into the air. To safeguard residents from potential health hazards posed by the pervasive smoke, the New Mexico Department of Health is releasing some guidelines aimed at providing comprehensive protection. If smoke conditions persist, people with young children and the elderly should remain indoors. An extended streak of record-setting temperatures in Xcel Energy's Texas and New Mexico service area has driven up electricity usage and billing costs following a trend seen across many parts of the country. Xcel is urging customers who may have difficulties paying bills to contact customer agents for options in making payments. Customers wishing to visit Xcel Energy about payment arrangements can call 800-895-4999. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Every day, as we use TikTok, Instagram, Snap, X, Facebook, YouTube, and all the other digital media, our attention span grows shorter and shorter. Believe it or not, we no longer have the attention span of a goldfish. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by SimpliSafe. Save 20% off on a new security system with interactive monitoring at simplysafekim.com. Okay, about that goldfish. Its attention span is 9 seconds. The average human attention span is now down to 8.25 seconds. If you're speaking before a polite live audience, Professor Jerry Del Colano at NYU says that if you can't and hold their attention in 8 minutes, maybe even less, you've lost them. The average watch time of an internet video is fewer than 3 minutes, and that's if it's good. 1/5 of Spotify songs get skipped over the first 5 seconds. So if you're a writer, speaker, teacher, actor, singer, remember, you only have one single 8-second shot to grab them. And be sure to get more tech smarts over at getkim.com.
Cutting back on your cable or electric bill is smart when you're pinching pennies, but you don't want to skimp on important things like security. With new hacks and threats coming out every day, using free antivirus software can put you at risk with out-of-date and unreliable protection. And remember, most free software is just using your data for profit. That's why you need complete security from a company you can trust, like my top pick, Total AV. Total AV's industry-leading security suite received the renowned VB100 award for detecting 100% of malware with 0 false positives. Plus, it's simple to use, and a single plan covers up to 5 devices. Whether you're running Windows, Mac, iOS, or Android, you can stay protected at home, in the office, or on the go. Get an exclusive introductory discount by going to protectwithkim.com, and you'll get your first year for only $19. That's over 85% off the regular price. Get your introductory discount today at protectwithkim.com. Protectwithkim.com. That's protectwithkim.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. Our afternoon high topping out at about 105. Just a slim chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm around Carlsbad, and it stays sunny for the rest of our area. Partly cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then mostly sunny and more heat coming up on Thursday. Our high going up to about 105, maybe an afternoon shower, and 105 on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, New Mexico. Experiencing issues keeping your office technology up to date with these crazy supply chain issues? Well, DSI is here to help. We've diversified our products and solutions to help your business not just survive, but thrive in any situation. Have your teams collaborate and share with high-def video walls and interactive smart panels. With free unlimited support, the fear of any new technology is a thing of the past. Contact DSI today to upgrade your workspace. www.dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Football season not very far away. Let's talk Goddard Rockets football. Last year, Goddard was 6-5 overall, but they were 6-2 and 1 point. Lost their last 3 games to Artesia, 55-20, Roswell 42-7. These are numbers that Goddard fans aren't anxious to rehear, I know, and then lost to Deming at home in the playoffs 28-13. Goddard will get a chance of redemption against Deming on September the 1st. They start with the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors at home at 7 o'clock on August the 18th. One big building block returns for a team that lost a lot of seniors who are all-state players. That's Jonathan Silva. He's a senior this year, and he was first-team all-state running back last season. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Ratings agency Moody's has downgraded several mid-sized U.S. banks, warning that the credit strength of lenders will likely be tested by funding risk and weaker profits. Moody's also said it may downgrade some of the largest U.S. lenders in a blow to the industry that regained stability after several bank failures earlier this year. U.S. regulators have fined 9 Wall Street companies, including Wells Fargo, $549 million over employees' use of personal messaging apps to discuss deals. U.S. auto safety regulators said they were investigating whether 1.1 million older Ram 1500 pickup trucks should be recalled for power steering loss issues. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has received 380 reports alleging a loss of power steering assistance in 2013 to 2016 model year pickup trucks. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Bob Reed Pest Control protects you and your home by controlling pests that invade. Bob Reed Pest Control understands the importance of safety in and around your home from unwanted pests. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Call Bob Reed Pest Control today and let our fully licensed pest control professionals start working for you and your family. Find us fast in names and numbers. Call 623-5344, serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
An attempt to make it harder to amend the state constitution has gone down to defeat by a wide margin in a referendum in Ohio. Had it passed, any constitutional changes would have required a 60% margin instead of a simple majority vote. The outcome of yesterday's referendum on Issue 1 makes it more likely that an abortion rights amendment on the November ballot in Ohio will win approval. The group Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America calls the results a sad day for Ohio, also criticizing outside money that helped to fuel the opposition. A court hearing is on tap for Friday on the special counsel's attempt to muzzle former President Trump. Mr. Trump remains defiant, though, insisting he will continue speaking out on the charges against him.
Trump kept up his attacks on special counsel Jack Smith.
Crooked Joe now wants the thug prosecutor, this deranged guy, to file a court order taking away my First Amendment rights so that I can't speak.
Trump is facing felony charges for his efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Prosecutors want a protective order to limit the evidence Trump and his team could share.
I will talk about it. I will. They're not taking away my First Amendment rights.
Federal prosecutors contend Trump is seeking to try the case in the media rather than in the courtroom. Trump is also facing charges in Florida and New York, and he is gearing up for a possible 4th indictment in Georgia. I'm Ed Donahue.
At least 9 people have died in a fire that swept a vacation home for adults with disabilities in eastern France. 2 more people missing. They are feared dead. An explosion on the grounds of a factory north of Moscow. It makes optical gear for Russia's security forces. Has injured 45 people, 6 of them seriously hurt. The blast unleashed a towering plume of black smoke, adding to Russian jitters over nighttime drone attacks on Moscow. Wall Street The Dow is flat. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
The death toll from recent flooding in China's capital has risen to more than 30, including 5 rescuers, while more are missing.
Days of heavy rain have hit areas in the city's mountainous western outskirts especially hard, causing the collapse of nearly 60,000 homes, damage to almost 150,000 others, and flooding of vast areas of cropland. Scores of roads have been damaged, along with more than 100 bridges. A senior Beijing official says the casualty and damage numbers are current as of Tuesday, and that rescue efforts remain underway. The official adds, given the level of damage, it could take up to 3 years to restore full functions. Other parts of China have also seen heavy flooding. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
There have been landslides triggered by torrential rains across mountainous southern Norway, with police saying that more than 600 people had to be evacuated in the region north of Oslo. News and analysis, townhall.com. Some older model Ram 1500 pickup trucks, the subject of an investigation by federal auto safety regulators.
There are reports that some can lose their power steering assistance with little or no warning. The investigation covers over 1.1 million Ram pickups from the 2013 through 2016 model years. There have been 380 complaints and 3 crashes, but no injuries. Stellantis, formerly Fiat Chrysler, recalled 440 pickups in 2016 to fix a power steering problem. But the agency says it has complaints indicating a similar failure in trucks that weren't recalled. John Scott report.
Federal judge is reviewing the government's roundup of wild horses in Nevada following the deaths of some of those animals. 31 Mustangs among the 2,500 horses since early last month have perished. Opponents are suing to stop the roundups, which are aimed at cutting the size of overpopulated herds. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope all of you are having a good day so far. Welcome to the middle of the week. Yeah, that rain was nice yesterday. We were talking with Janine last hour about that. 50% chance of rain. Is it? I'm done. How about that? Let's see if that's better. I wonder if I moved it around and accidentally hit the loose thing on there. Better? Okay. Yeah, sometimes my big beefy fingers hit this thing right here and makes it loose. Sorry, but short beefy fingers. They're like little Vienna sausages.
They get the job done.
Yeah, I'm holding my pen just fine. But happy Wednesday.
Yes.
I was surprised that I was just sitting there watching TV about 6:30, and at that point I was contemplating because my wife wasn't feeling very eaty, which is not, and I was kind of at that point we're like, hey, what do we want to do to eat and all that. Next thing you know, I'm like, is that thunder? No. Somebody hit a car out the highway.
Yeah, the back half of the day was kind of delightful. It was. The sun went away. It stopped being so just stupid humid.
Yeah.
And it was. And then we got a little something
Got a nice
from
little
it.
storm.
Yeah.
And I had to go outside and do something at the time it was raining, so I got showered on.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
Except for when it hits that little spot in the middle of your back, you're like,
Well,
shocking.
And the part was, because you know how to keep my house meat locker central. So I was outside and I got soaked pretty good. And I came in and hit that air conditioning.
Oh, man.
I was like, I thought I was going to go hypothermic because I was like, so I rushed in to get out of clothes and get into warm clothes.
That's always how it is at the aquatic center. Like when I take the kids out, everybody gets out and just the slightest wind comes and it's just like, okay, I'm cold. Then you get back in the water and it's like, it wasn't this way when you got in the water, but you get back in the water and it's like a jacuzzi now.
Yeah.
It's like nice. It's like crawling into the womb.
It's weird how your body reacts to that stuff sometimes.
Right?
It's impressive.
Fluid reaction is odd.
Yeah. Hey, I do want to invite you. This weekend is the opening weekend for the Roswell Community Theater's presentation of Mark Twain's comedy "Is He Dead?" And it is a comedy, hence the reason I said comedy. But the premise is, you know how you always hear the saying that artists' work isn't really valuable till the artist dies. There's your premise for this comedy here.
Buckle up.
Artist, broke, needs money,
goes to extremes,
pretends to be dead to make art more valuable.
Spoiler alert! I'm going to opening night. Don't ruin it for me.
I think that part you get in the first 5 minutes of the play. It ends.
My friend Alex is in the play actually. So
very cool.
Myself and Misty, we're going to go out in support of our friends.
I'll go next weekend. I'm busy this weekend, but next weekend we'll go. So if you go to a second show, maybe we'll all go and together.
There you
But it'll have to be next weekend for me.
Well, that would be no, it wouldn't be. Never mind. Take that back.
You could double.
I was going to say that's a kid for I have 2 in a row. This is coming up.
Oh,
2 weekends in a row. Yeah.
With or without?
With.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's good.
They're a little young for this kind of play.
Oh,
right?
yeah, no.
As far as attention
not
span
young.
and all that kind of stuff. Is he dead?
Oh.
Yes. Is he dead?
They were talking about a movie.
We'll find out.
It's like a movie, but on a stage, and there's no film.
I assumed that there was enough, and we already
there's
had
no
this
film in
conversation.
films either. Like nowadays.
Well, now.
Unless you're like some bougie director that insists on only doing
like Christopher Nolan.
We're shooting some 35. Does he shoot all his stuff on film still?
It kind of looks like it.
Wow.
I know his last was it Batman, Superman, or whatever one he did, or which
I watched
one?
Oppenheimer last night.
Is that him?
Yeah. No, he did. Yeah, he did that. He did the one he did right after like all the COVID stuff was Tenet. That was him. He's known for doing those big, showy, blockbustery. What's that Leo DiCaprio? Inception. Thank you. That was his.
That hot mess of confusion.
He likes sci-fi stuff.
He likes things they're kind of thinking.
Didn't he do that Interstellar too?
Yeah, that was.
Oh yeah, that was a little
him.
out there too. Yeah. I don't do enough drugs to make those make sense for me. But anyway, Is He Dead? This Friday, Saturday night at 7:30
7:30 Saturday, 7th or Friday. It's Saturday.
Yes.
Sunday matinee at 2 p.m.
2:30 p.m.
2:30.
And then that's this weekend, 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Yes.
And then next weekend, 18th, 19th, and 20th, Get your tickets right now at roswelltheater.com, THEATRE.com, and come and enjoy it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and as they kick off the 65th season at the Roswell Community Theater.
Years.
Yeah. And then, of course, if you missed last hour, Cowboy Prom coming up September 16th at the Convention Civic Center, fundraising event for the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. No talk, all dancing and food. That's what they're doing. There are no speeches, none of that. They're just going to be eating delicious brisket or I think it's green chili brisket or tequila lime chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And dancing, the Graham brothers are going to be on the ones and twos.
Nice.
And then, although does that count, or is that just DJ talk?
I think it's mostly just, when you're working the board or when you're working a soundboard.
That's more of a DJ thing.
Yeah.
So. Anyway.
They'll be on the fiddles and slides.
Yeah, there you go. And then, of course, they will have a silent auction and a live auction. And then the rest is just partying and eating and socializing and dancing.
Yeah. So, good times to be had by all.
You can get tickets at Zia Guns or the Calico Cow or online at the Chaves County Federated Republican Women Facebook page.
Yes, sir.
I have to take a big breath every time I say Chaves County Federated Republican Women.
It's a lot of words. CCFRW.
Yes.
So I think I might have a problem.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not a horrible problem. It's actually sort of a discount problem.
Okay.
I have a thing with shopping on Temu now.
Oh, you got like an addiction?
Kind of a bit of an addiction to shopping on Temu.
So do I need to have like a
no, not yet.
intervention, or what are we?
I haven't even quite spent like more than about $30 on there, maybe. But I got one of my packages yesterday, and it's just like I'm realizing I'm buying all this stuff that I have really no need for it, with the exception of one thing. Most of it's just like, oh, that looks cool. Yeah, it's like $3. I'll get one of those. But I did get something yesterday that I'm really excited to use.
Okay.
It is a 14-piece cutter set. So it's like a mandolin for like cooking. So like cutting vegetables and stuff.
Okay.
So it's a mandolin, but it's got like 3 different settings of that. It's got a wavy mandolin, but it's also got this lid with grid on it. So you can put like onions.
Okay.
Chop up like your onions into quarters, put it on there and close the lid, and it'll dice them for you.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm
It's like
really
a
excited.
Vegomatic kind of thing.
Kinda,
by hand.
yeah. I one of the banes of my existence when it comes to cooking is dicing vegetables, especially onions, just because the eye thing.
Yeah.
So if I can find something that'll simplify it, and it's Temu, which is like Wish.com's younger brother.
Gotcha.
If I can, find something like that for like $14, sure, I'm gonna get it. And it came yesterday, so I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but I'm really excited.
You should talk with my wife, because both of you are marks for gadgets like this.
I like weird kitchen stuff.
Like we have a couple in our house that turn heads every time. One of them is this garlic masher thing we got that mashes garlic.
Right.
One is our onion store that looks like an onion.
That's
you can
cute.
actually put an onion and
That's
keeps it fresh.
cute.
The one that I get the most ooh-ahs about is my magnetic microwave food cover. So like in our microwave, we have this dome dish that magnetically sits to the roof of the microwave. I put my dish down. I don't want it to splatter. Put the thing down over top of it.
It's
it doesn't
microwave safe and magnetic?
Mm-hmm.
How?
It sticks to the roof.
Yeah, but magnets I thought magnets were by nature like iron.
All I know is this thing uses a magnet that sticks to the roof of the microwave when you're not using it, and then when you want to use it, you just bring it down and put it over, and then
that's cool.
Keeps I get more people. My wife found that one.
That's neat.
The other one that turns heads is our little microwave tortilla warmer. It looks like a little mitten thing.
Oh yeah,
and you just put a couple tortillas in there, cook them for like 30 seconds, and they'll keep warm
and
for a while.
Stay warm. Yeah,
you just keep them in there.
Those are fun to have. Yeah, I'm a
fajita
sucker.
night.
I'm a sucker for kitchen gadgets. I used to stay up late and watch like old Ronco infomercials and stuff. Like when I was a kid, I wanted 2 things more than anything else, and I never got them: a cordless phone, and the only reason I
think we can make that happen today.
I know, right? I finally got one eventually, but as a child, I never got it. And the reason I got it, I don't know why I thought this was going to work, was I wanted to go down to my friend Josh's house and call him and be like, "Hey, look out your window," and wave. I never got to pull the bit off. That's the one reason I wanted one. But the other thing I wanted that I never got was a Ronco food dehydrator. Because I used to watch that infomercial and watch how he would like make beef jerky.
But that's just it.
Dry fruits and vegetables. And
how many people got that thing, made jerky with it once, and then it sat on a shelf forever.
So many. You cannot walk into a Salvation Army to this day without finding one.
Yeah.
Every single Salvation Army I've ever been in as an adult, there's been a food dehydrator.
And someone buys it thinking they're going to make this copious amounts of jerky.
Right.
And they're going to, and most people don't do
Fun
any of
fact, you will rarely, if ever, use the kitchen gadgets you buy from a thrift store. I learned that lesson. But hey, Roy got a George Foreman grill out of it, so we're good.
Well, the George Foreman I used more than once.
Yeah.
Like, that was a...
Well, for dorm like for Roy, for example, for dorm life, for people who, are cooking for one, they're fantastic.
You want to grill some meats but don't really have a grill? Then they work great for that kind of thing. Yeah, I wouldn't be, putting my porterhouse steaks on that bad boy, but, little shoe leather, no big deal. I always liked the sandwich thing maker better than the George Foreman. That was my place to create. Like as a younger, well, not younger child, it was probably high school when one of those showed up in the house, I think. And it was basically a sandwich panini press. It was basically, it had the triangles.
Oh, yeah.
And you could put 4 pieces of bread on there.
And then all your toppings.
And then it makes basically Hot Pockets kind of thing.
Crimps it on the sides and stuff, yeah.
Before the dawn of buying Hot Pockets and microwaves and all that kind of, that kind of stuff. And I remember when that thing, and I for a whole week, every day, bologna, whatever. I'm just like, let's try peanut butter and jelly? Sure, let's try it. I was like, if you put it between bread, I'm going to make a Hot Pocket out of it.
I found maybe the greatest combination snack food I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah?
You know what? Uncrustables, right?
Yes.
Okay. So get a couple of those. Make sure they're rock solid frozen.
Okay.
Get yourself, and they have them for like $8 at Walmart, one of the mini waffle irons. The things that make the mini waffles. Take 2 of those, close it up, and you make waffles out of the Uncrustables, and then put chunky peanut butter on one side and jelly on the other. Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Wow.
It is phenomenal.
Sounds good. Sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, it's a little bit of work, but it's the end product is like, yeah.
Thing is, after all that, I got to have like 4 of them.
You've worked up an appetite.
That's right. I got to grow.
Just keep the griddle going, my friend. You can make yourself endless uncrusted. You just got to get the family size box.
Yeah. And that's just it. On griddle work in our marriage, it's usually Kim.
Really?
Like when it comes to making pancakes.
Griddle work, Kim. Grill work, Mike.
Yes.
I assume. Okay.
Well, and I would say griddle work to a point. Like if it's pancakes or waffles, things like that, on her.
Okay.
Eggs, meats, this guy.
Gotcha.
That's how we work. But
Okay.
I don't have a lot of experience making waffles or pancakes. Eating them, yes. But pouring them and getting them to look not stupid.
Fatherhood has really upped my pancake game.
Yeah.
It's sort of made it to where, like, well, I'll tell you what you do. You just go down to the store. You get that Bisquick shake and pour. Tells you exactly how much of everything to put in.
We did that.
I'm dumb as in the kitchen.
To be honest, Kim and I, the last time we went to the grocery store, we saw the small one that makes like 6 pancakes or 7.
Okay.
I don't remember how many.
Not the way I make it. It makes like 3 good ones. The small one, yeah.
Well,
I like them big.
Well, it was our first time, and I'm not gonna lie, the very first pancake was not a good one.
Well,
It
they
was
never are.
more watery.
The first one is to throw it out.
Yeah.
Is to get the griddle ready.
Or for Mike to eat.
It's chef snacks.
But it did work out all right. I think we'll get the big one next time. To make a few more pancakes. But for Kim and I, it was perfect. We had sausage links and.
But here's how you up it a notch. You take a couple of handfuls of your favorite fruit-based cereal, mix it in there. Notice I said fruit-based. And Fruity Pebbles works the best.
I got some Fruit Loops at the house right now.
You do. There you go. Crush it up just a little bit and kind of mix it in. Yeah.
We're good too. Chocolate-related
there
things.
You go.
Chips, M&Ms.
I found that Cocoa and Fruity Pebbles work the best because of just the consistency of them. They're more like flavored sprinkles.
Gotcha.
So you get kind of a funfetti consistency. Whereas the other ones, you get kind of like you have to deal with bite issues.
I think you should make savory pancakes and infuse bacon in there.
You, my friend, need to go to Vegas now. In the last couple of years, they've stepped up the savory pancake game.
Have they?
I've just been watching a bunch of like garlic and artichoke pancakes, and they're like these like more bougie.
Are they more crepe-like or are they pancakes?
They're pancakes.
Okay, because that's I see a lot of that, but they go crepe with it. And I'm talking like I'd like to see pancake with like bacon in the in the, I don't know, quarter inch of pancake.
See, now I want crepes. That was the end game there. I just want some crepes.
I didn't get them, but Kim and I went to IHOP for breakfast over the weekend, and I hadn't been in a while, and so I was sitting there looking, and they got a whole thing of Benedicts, which were my favorite, but I didn't go that route because here's my problem: I was hungry, and sometimes they don't give me enough Benedict. Like 2 of those and the hash browns there.
Yeah.
If I'm hungry, I'm like, that was great. Give me another one of those. You know?
Sure.
And so I didn't get that way. I went with the sampler that gives you like 2 sausages, 2 eggs, 2 of everything that they make pretty much and put it on a plate.
The 2x2.
Yeah. So I had that. But I was so tempted. They had this steak in this Southwest
one?
steak. Oh, man, it looked delicious.
Real good.
Is
real
it?
good. Yeah, I've had it. It's always fun because you get to do the whole, breakfast for one, and you're just sitting there all by yourself with your coffee, and it's pretty phenomenal. I always get a little extra side of the hollandaise though, just because I feel like they kind of skimp on it a bit.
Yeah,
I like to go nuts with it.
Yeah. Well, I'll drink holidays if it's done. I don't think our guest is here.
I haven't seen anybody.
We might have to play an interview. Maybe my weeks are off or something. I know it's the second week, but maybe their meeting got moved. I didn't get a chance to look. I just kind of assumed. So we'll see. Maybe you know what? I'll take a gander through our archives here in just a second, see if I can find something. But
dust something off.
I'll give a few minutes in case. But I don't think they're coming.
Who is it?
Usually it's supposed to be Brian Luck. But
it is the first week of school. That could be.
But I'm wondering now. I got to go look and see. Maybe they moved the meeting and I didn't catch it because usually it's the second Tuesday of the month, and that was yesterday. So I do know. But I'll take a look. So I might have to move him a week. But anyway, I will dig for a interview, and then we'll bring it up here. But first, let's go ahead and take a gander at your weather, which I'm a little excited for the weekend. Like they're saying today, every day is like a 30% chance of rain during the weekend. Nice. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Heck yeah!
And I know. I'm putting myself out there, and I'm probably going to get let down.
Well, we're going to blame you.
But today, I'm hopeful.
I mean, it's still reasonably cool out.
And the fact that we got surprise rain for me yesterday makes me like, ooh. I don't know. Surprise rain yesterday gave me faith that maybe
hope.
Yeah, it gave me hope that maybe we'll see some Juicy Rain deliciousness this weekend. So. Ooh, that's a good band name. Juicy Rain Deliciousness.
Juicy Rain Deliciousness. That's not a good band name. Sorry. If I saw that on a festival circuit, I'd be like, I'm gonna go see what's going on the side stage.
What about just deliciousness?
Deliciousness could work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the word that really makes me happy. Deliciousness.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Here's your deliciousness. I want to be a death metal band called Deliciousness. Deliciousness.
Yeah. I can see it working.
And then we just do, part of our bit, instead of raining blood, we rain, sauces and chocolates and caramels. And
you just do food jingles. Whopper, Whopper, double Whopper.
We, make, you know how they do all the blood in the bath? I'm going to make, a sundae that way. But
hot fudge.
Raining
fudge. Raining fudge.
Don't act like you wouldn't go to that concert.
Find it on Spotify or iTunes. Download it now.
Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. Our afternoon high topping out at about 105. Just a slim chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm around Carlsbad, and it stays sunny for the rest of our area. Partly cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then mostly sunny and more heat coming up on Thursday. Our high going up to about 105, maybe an afternoon shower, and 105 on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 81 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 35%. Winds currently out of the south at 5 miles per hour. In case you need a reminder, heat advisory kicking in at noon today, in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. Sunny and hot with a high of 105 today. Winds will be out of the northwest. 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 73 degrees. Northwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly sunny, 104 for a high. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 75. Friday, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon. Otherwise sunny and 104. West winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Friday night, 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy and 73 for an overnight low. 30% chance of showers on Saturday. Mostly sunny, 104 otherwise. 30% chance of showers Saturday night. Sunday, 30% chance of showers for the afternoon. Mostly sunny and 101. Sunday night, 30% chance of showers. Mostly clear, overnight low of 71. And then Monday, when you head back to work and school, a 30% chance of rain with highs right around 100. And into Monday night as well, rain chances. So maybe our non-soon might be monsooning us soon, hopefully. All right, it is 8:27. Like I said, we haven't, our guest, I don't think is going to make it. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll bring up an interview that we can play for the rest of the hour here. I'll come back on and tell you about it first, though. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
The lot at Roswell Ford is fully loaded, and that means savings across the lot on both new and pre-owned vehicles. With zero down, no payments for 90 days, and 0.9% APR on select vehicles across the lot. Plus, brand new Broncos, Bronco Raptors, F-150s, and Super Duty Ford trucks. The Roswell Ford pre-owned lot is layered deep with great low-mileage vehicles, including Challenger, Corvette, Broncos, F-150s, and more. Worried about your credit score? Well, worry no more. With a job bringing home just $3.99 a week, Roswell Ford's aggressive lenders will push to get you approved. And Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. Hurry to Roswell Ford today because the rebates, discounts, and savings have never been bigger. All happening now at Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main.
More than 50 million Americans live with chronic pain. If you're experiencing pain that interferes with your daily life, Artesia General Hospital can help. Dr. Casey Della Barca and our compassionate team of providers treat a variety of conditions, including arthritis, back and neck pain, migraines, neuropathy, and more. We offer advanced procedures and comprehensive therapy, and we personalize treatment plans to help you get back to living a quality life. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/pain.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Imagine pool water that is extremely soft and gentle on hair, skin, and eyes. Soft Swim is a chlorine-free sanitizing system by BioGuard. Simple and easy, Soft Swim will give you a crystal clear pool that feels luxuriously soft. Your pool might just become the destination of the entire neighborhood. Application is a breeze, no mixing, no pre-dissolving, and routine maintenance is simple. Come to Mays Lumber Company today, the only dealer for Soft Swim by BioGuard.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:30. Okay, we're going to replay our interview since our guest isn't in here. We got yesterday we had Amy McVeigh-Tejas join us in the 9 o'clock hour talking about Guy Penrod concert and also a book fair that's coming up here. And a few other events as well, Heritage Dinner and all that. So we're going to play that for you right now. Here's Amy McVeigh-Tejas with the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. Enjoy. Joining us in studio this morning. And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning, wearing her Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico hat today, Amy McVeigh-Tejas back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
Well, we are down to weeks away from the Guy Penrod concert.
We are.
We're down. We're officially in August now.
Whoa.
Kids are back to school.
Kids are back to school. Shout out to all schools, and we're
sending prayers out.
Yeah.
All educators.
Yep.
Everybody. All
That's right.
affiliated. All employees.
All the Gateway folks get one more day of rest, and then
Yeah, that's right.
then they're back at it.
Shout out to Landon. You're going back to school. That's my grandson. You got a couple extra days.
Got one more day of a reprieve there.
Enjoy it while you can, Landon.
Yeah. But so busy time. So I would say now is your 2-minute warning on getting tickets. You've been waiting and kind of, I don't know, for whatever reason, delaying on getting your tickets for the Guy Penrod concert. Golden Circle's gone. They're sold out.
And don't be mad at me for it, please.
We warned you. We've been telling you.
We did. We gave you a warning.
We're out now. But we still have general admission tickets left. They are going fast. Therefore, if you wait till, say, August the 25th or 26th, we might have to tell you no.
Yep.
So get it done this week. That way you won't have to worry about that. We still got plenty good availability of general admission seating.
Yeah. Oh, there's great. And that's great seating, too.
Yeah. Yep. And so you just get there a little early and then you pick your seat.
So if you're listening and think that's not for me, that's not my thing.
Pass it on. Pay
To
for it.
many people, it is a big deal. I just got a call from a lady in Carlsbad. She had known Guy Penrod since he was a little boy. It is a huge deal.
There's a generation of people that Guy Penrod is a household name to.
So if you
and they
do
wanna come and be a
nothing, we've
part
got
of it.
some
Yeah.
social media posts, and one of our social media posts is a great full-page informative bio on Guy Penrod. So follow us on Instagram or Facebook and share that to others. We've got Texas, we've got Colorado, we've got California, we've got Arizona coming. It's a big deal to a lot. So if you did nothing but share the social media, and I keep getting asked who he is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it again. Look on our social media post, read a great bio, or give me a call and we'll give you the brief overview. But just share that. We're trying to get the word out to Artesia,
He's a
Carlsbad,
legendary gospel singer.
Artesia, Ruidoso. I was in Ruidoso over the weekend. The local chambers and different things like that. Make calls and share. Just getting the word out for those people who can.
Absolutely.
Number 2, pay it forward. We do need it. We've paid it forward a lot.
Good.
Huge thank you to Gary. We're impacting the lives. Even to individuals, with special.
Well, we have a lot of volunteers and things that help out, but they can't afford a ticket.
Yes, that's
but
exactly
they love to
right.
go, and so we have generous people that say, "Well, I'm not available to go that night, but here's $100. Have a couple people go."
That's perfect.
And
perfect.
And then we say, "Guess what? Thank you for helping us. Thank you for being part. Here's a ticket. Enjoy yourself on
We
the
want to
31st."
say a special thank you to so many sponsors, and I shouldn't focus on one, but I'm going to. The Kremlin family and Toyota have stepped it up. They're doing great things, and they always do that in the community. So huge shout out to them. We need a couple of more sponsors just to help us cover expenses.
Okay.
That would be directly. So if you
So any
called and
businesses
said,
out there?
Amy, I may not give you a special amount, but what expenses do you have? Maybe our corporation could just help you cover expenses. I'm going to tell you right now, if you gave us a call and just help cover expenses, our goal is to have this all going directly into operating, and that would be wonderful. So we just need a little bit more expenses covered. Would love to have that, but nothing's more than paying it forward. So let's say this. If you're kind enough, I'm going to give a shout out. If you're kind enough as a donor to do nothing but cover expenses, 100% in the name of that donor, we would love to pay it forward some tickets. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. But and so this is a fundraiser for the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. The money we raise from this event goes back into maintenance and upkeep on the J.P. White House.
Yes.
Paying for helping cover costs for programs like our 4th grade school tours, our Sunday Fun Day events,
Get some
and
history
other
clubs going.
Yeah, history clubs,
Schools
things like
back
that.
in. If you're listening, we want to get history clubs at all schools.
Absolutely, and so it's all goes toward that. Now, our scholarship side, that money's handled differently through other donors and things, so it doesn't go into that part.
Shout out on that while I'm thinking about it, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it
No
just
problem.
came to my mind. We've got New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy group out. Got a great group going again.
Awesome.
The finale of our scholarships will be in December when this amazing group graduates from New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy.
Awesome.
If you're listening and would say, "Hey man, I'm not into this Guy Penrod thing. How's another way we can help?" Hey, we've got all kinds of opportunities. That is one of them. If you would like to give a one-time gift going directly to scholarships in 2023, that is your golden opportunity. We would be honored. I think right now we've got $2,500 going to this graduating class. Man, we would love to make it like $3,000, $3,500. That would be great.
Absolutely.
And even do a little fun party or something for these kids. Just getting their next step and us investing in their future.
Absolutely,
That's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great organization, a great work that goes on over there, and these kids really do have a future when they graduate through there, and whether it's to go on to a higher education thing where they can use a scholarship or through a trade if they want to expand their trade skills that they've been learning through Job Corps.
And I am the first
just establishing that,
or opening opportunity for a future dream thinking. I could never go to New Mexico Military Institute. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about that. We've got a board president that's affiliated with the Institute and would be happy to live those dreams out for that individual that's got great aspirations. And, hey, sky's the limit. Any way we can help, that's part of our history. And I heard just the other day, why is the Historical Society into scholarships if y'all are having so many problems around the property? Well, you know what? It's amazing to me.
We have two different things that are going on in there. They're two separate things.
They're totally different, but it doesn't mean we can't be doing the same thing.
And one doesn't impact the other either.
Yes, and I love that people, it's interesting to me giving. A person may give a $50 bill. They would never want it for one thing, but they want it for another. We just had somebody drop a $100 bill for our tours the other day. Hey, listen, if you have a special passion, if you will,
well, education is part of the
part of our
mission
history,
statement.
It's part of our mission statement.
Society.
But we are investing in kids for the future generations that 100% might come right back to Roswell and impact history. We may have the next Elvis Fleming. We may have the next Morgan Nelson. Or, hey, we're needing the next future generations of Mary Lou Glass, that silent servant.
The more you support and understand your historical societies and the history in which they speak of, the better you understand why the world is the way the world is and how it works and everything else, because you do enough digging through our archives and everything, you're going to figure it out. Because that's what this is for, is to preserve that and to educate and to inspire others to go and research this. Because guess what? These are going to be the people that are going to be our leaders.
That's right.
And God forbid, I hope they have some history in their background.
You better
so
believe it.
They don't make the same dumb mistakes that our forefathers or people before us have made that we can correct by simply understanding through history.
That's exactly
do the things that were good in history and enhance it and learn from the mistakes and not do those again.
That's exactly right. Mike, last night on my phone, it popped up, when it says, do you remember 5 years ago? We want to give a shout out to the Merced Gonzalez family. Yesterday was 5 years.
Awesome.
Can you believe it? Where does the time
goes
go?
by quick, doesn't it?
So I sent a shout out to Danielle Gonzalez. She's one of our treasures that God gave us through that celebration. It kind of birthed this mutual admiration. We'd always had admiration for the Gonzalez family. But God opened doors and connections. And Danielle Gonzalez is one of those dynamic leaders, whether she wants to admit it or not, that helps us almost every day. And that Gonzalez connection lives on. So shout out to David Gonzalez and loving memory of him. If you want to see his amazing face and connection to the Historical Society, it doesn't take you long to put in Historical Society for Southeast Mexico on YouTube, and he's part of our video. So just honoring that legacy. His sweet wife Mary, I know, is coming to the concert. She said, I love that
She will
sound.
be there.
She appreciates that musical aspect. So.
Well, and I was joking, but I'm not. Earlier, there is a lot of ladies that find him quite fetching.
Yes, and you know what? Ironically,
they're going
with
to
Mary,
see the man,
she can close her eyes and appreciate that vocal.
Yeah.
She's a golden voice in herself. You know, it's funny, Mike, because I was David Gonzalez was the golden voice, I think. You know what? In his loving memory, I might challenge saying Mary was the golden voice.
Ooh, there you go.
Boy, once she opens that mouth, she makes that joyful noise. So maybe it's that golden voice combo together there.
Sure. It's but
I did have to give a shout out
with the voice, and it kind of.
I did have to give a shout out. We're getting ready for the 31st annual Heritage Dinner, honoring our sweet, precious, golden, silent servant, Mary Lou Glass.
And it'll be a drive-through event.
There is not a day that we do not miss Mary Lou Glass. She is irreplaceable. Energizer Bunny.
Well, and she's one of those folks that we appreciate everything she did while she was here, and then even after she's gone, we knew she did so much, but then you realize so much more that was just unnoticed or undone. You're like, well, that's something she always did.
That's exactly it.
And so
if you're
there's that realization, I think, has come to a lot of us too.
It really does.
Yeah.
But if you need more information, or if you say, what is the Heritage Dinner, or who is Mary Lou Glass, we have a memorial tribute on our website for Mary Lou Glass. If you think, who was she? Well, she is the family legacy. She was the local family legacy, and we've still got some family members, but she is the family legacy. That event, Thursday, November the 9th, will be a drive-through event only. Family is really excited about it. Collect your books now. We'll be receiving books in honor of Mary Lou Glass to pay it forward. We'd be honored to do so. A great menu selected by some of her favorites. Want to give a shout out to Peppers.
Helping us on this one again?
Peppers
Good,
is
good.
amazing, and we spent a lot of time really just intentionally reflecting the palette, if you will, because Mary Lou Glass loved to cook in different things. So this is a reflection of her. Go to our website at roswellhistory.org. This event is up on our website. It's a classy, and I believe the huge shout out to Danielle. I don't know if you can see it. This is such a classy image. Mary Lou Glass was a silent servant, but she represented class and distinction, and I think this event will intentionally reflect that also. So mark your calendars, November 9th. Reservations can be made already.
Okay.
And you can pay it forward on that, too. So if you say, I really don't care much about being involved with that event, if you want to make like a $500, let me give you a perfect example. If you made a $500 donation for the Heritage Dinner, we could bless 5 couples or 10, or a family.
Yeah, it's kind of like the table version where it feeds 10,
that's right.
where you'll get 5 boxes.
Exactly.
Each box feeds 2 people.
Yes, and I don't think we've announced it, Mike, and I don't even know that. I don't think you know what we're doing. This year, if you buy a $500 bundle, we have got an amazing commemorative gift that you're going to get with that. It's not a center.
And they deliver those to folks.
We do, 100%.
And they'll deliver to like if you got, I got 10 meals. I don't want all 10 to go to one place.
We will deliver them.
Forward here,
bunch
and
of our board members.
As long as they're even numbered,
that's
what
right.
we can't make them odd number.
If you want Mike Winters to special deliver,
I've been
your
out
dinner,
to a couple places.
You sure have, and you can have. Hey, if you want a John LeMay autographed book along with that, we can make that happen. You want a her print? We can make that happen. But November the 9th, make your reservation. Don't put that off when we really want you to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's to honor her and her family and what so much that they've been a part of. We celebrate her and celebrate the thing. Sure, we miss her to this day and miss everything about her, but we are so thankful for the time we had with her. And
100%.
And that's what this event's about.
It is.
We just want to, as much as we want to honor her, we also kind of look at this as, reminder to the family and stuff and how much she was, how important she was to our community.
That's for sure. And a special thank you to Zoa, her beautiful, amazing daughter that is here, taking great care of Wayne. We love Wayne too. But Zoa's been so much help just continuing that family legacy and making sure the society connects with the Glass family. That is very important to us. That will, as far as I'm around and on behalf of our board, we will never not keep that connection going, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Makes sense.
That's important.
To me. We do have another event that's kind of in the mix of all this that we want to put on your Rolodex or radar here. If you're a book lover, this one's going to be right in your wheelhouse.
Yes, Books and Blooms.
Yes. Yeah, if you love flowers, too, I should say. Don't forget our flower folks.
Well, we've got
Books
a lot
and
of book flowers. And hey, we're diversifying ourselves.
That's right.
You can come from the book aspect, or if you're an amazing follower of Farmhouse Roots, but you've never been to our events, that is why I love this event. We're pulling it all together, and we love the Pierce family through Farmhouse Roots. They're a member of the Historical Society. They're part of our legacy. That's a family legacy.
That's
but
cool.
We're excited about this event coming up on Saturday, October the 14th from 10 to 2. It will be in the Archives facility. Farmhouse Roots will have their amazing flowers right around that fall time. And I know Molly was really excited, already talking about all the amazing colors and what she'll have. If you want to know more about Farmhouse Roots, or you wonder what in the world are you talking about, or what type of flowers they'll have, follow them on social media, give them a call, or even stop by. If you're not familiar with their location, they're right across from the zoo. And I know they have special hours. I know they're open on the weekends. Stop by and get more information about that. And they would be great to partner if individuals want something more specific to see if it's possible for this event. So October the 14th, mark your calendar, 10 to 2. John LeMay and our amazing archival group. We've got a great group, great committee, getting those books ready and everything. We'll have a lot of rare, one-of-a-kinds. We are not selling off our inventory. These are duplicates, triplets, quadruplets,
You're not
whatever,
getting
sextuplets.
our good stuff. That's what I tell you every time is,
That's right.
don't worry, you're not getting our good stuff.
No,
You're getting our
no.
doubles, our
no.
like our collection. We ain't breaking that up. But
No, that's-
a lot of times we get rare books and things. We have multiple copies, and we don't need to keep 6 copies of one book on the shelf because our space is limited.
That's exactly
So this
right.
is what we do. We offer it to people that like to collect it. And we use the money to go back into the archives and the programs
Yes.
at the
That's right.
at the
I'll give you
historical
a
society.
perfect example. A couple of weeks ago, we had a family lose a loved one, and they brought a big old box. And I'm telling you, I think it was every one of John LeMay's, every one of Donna Blake Burchell's. It was almost like our library in a box, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that special individual was a collector. They knew those local treasures. These are treasures in that box.
Awesome.
But we have 4 or 5.
Most of
10
those we
these.
have already on
so
hand,
that is
yeah.
a perfect example. And we've had people calling saying, hey, what kind of books do you take? We are, we can't just sell everything. We support other books, and again, and so many that do everything. So these are going to be historically significant, local New Mexico type books or whatever. Call the archives, leave a message at 622-1176 if you need more information about the books we can receive or what's available. I know all of our entire archives committee would be happy if you've been wanting a special book. We can try to connect to see what we can do too.
Put some requests out
Yes,
there.
oh, for sure.
Absolutely. Because
that's
but yeah,
exciting.
these are generally books that are out of print, where things you just can't get them on Amazon or
Right.
wherever you go to get
Oh, no.
online, or you
No.
can't just walk into a bookstore in town
Right.
and pick up. These are books that that were, generally they're older. They were written,
Right.
and maybe a couple editions went out, and then they stopped putting them in
That's
print, and they're just not available anymore.
That's right. And then while I'm thinking about John LeMay will be there to autograph books, and Donna Blake Burchell will be coming from Carlsbad.
Awesome.
So if you need an autograph copy from her, she'll be here.
Two good storytellers to idle some, pass some time, and so if you want to talk about any of the
That's gonna
stories
be
in
a
their
full
books,
house on that day.
Yeah.
You might come a little bit early.
yeah, get there early. By the way, I noticed John's getting into like the Wicked. I saw in his books he's starting to go.
Hey, that's right.
Where Donna
and
goes
we
in a
need
little
to
of his
get
stuff.
him
Yeah.
on to talk more about his. If you want to know more about John LeMay's newest, I think you can follow him on social media. Give the museum a call. We'll get more information about him. And we do need to get him on. He's really excited about that book, and I know Donna is too.
Yeah.
So, and we've got some new books on the way.
Good deal.
So,
very
yes,
exciting
if you
stuff.
need
But
more
like
about
we
that.
said, Guy Penrod, that's the more pressing
the
thing.
thing.
Get your tickets now for that. You can go
Please.
to Grace Community Church. They're only accepting cash.
That's exactly right. So
There,
Grace, I
or
believe,
check,
open
right?
8:30 to 4.
Do they do check?
They can do check. They can
Okay.
do cash. They have general admission. You're welcome to call Grace for their hours. But yes, they can do check or cash. If you live in Roswell and it's inconvenient for whatever reason to stop by, give us a call. We'll mail you tickets. You can call the museum at 622-8333. We can take your credit card and we'll just mail you a ticket. A lady needed one delivered. She had been injured, wasn't able to get out. We delivered her tickets. That's no problem. We'll be happy to do that. So if you need more information about Guy Penrod or the tickets or to pay it forward, or we're really, really asking people consider just covering some expenses, call the museum at 622-8333. Email me at historydirector@outlook.com, or even text me at 575-915-4471. The way you and I do this, Mike, we always do things backwards. The first thing I wanted to talk about today, we're going to save the best for last, is our blood drive is today.
Yes, today.
We've had some people that are sick, and we've had some cancellations. In celebration of Stephanie and her new venture, Stephanie Seabreeze. We're going to shout out to Stephanie Seabreeze.
Has she moved on from Vitalis?
She has.
I did not know that.
She got a promotion.
Oh, good for her.
And I believe that I believe it's Tennessee.
Oh, she's going to Tennessee bound. Okay.
So, in honor of Stephanie, and she is a member of the Historical Society, by the way, she took such great care of us. We need to fill up this blood drive. I know we have spots available.
Okay.
If you want to
Come
text
on
or
by.
call me at 575-915-4471 or stop by between 12 and 5, I would rather you text us first so we can connect you, but I'm going to put some offers on the table. When I left the museum just a while ago, I think we officially had at least 4 spots available.
Okay.
So this offer is on the table. If an individual is able to text or call me right now, and I've got my phone with me, at 575-915-4471 to donate blood, you do that right now, we will give you a Guy Penrod ticket for supporting Vitalian.
Nice.
And I'm telling you, there's some great swag courtesy of New Mexico Military Institute.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's not
for
all
the
you're
first
getting.
comers, if you call and say, I would love some homemade bread, thank you, Margaret Lackey. She's been down a little bit, but it did not stop her from making some bread.
The bread's
That's first
tasty.
come, first served. You better ask me, or else I'll just keep it and take it home. No, I'm just kidding. I won't keep
Well, and
I
those
didn't
are
give it any
those are little good. Like when we
Those
have
are
our
blessings,
Mary Lou Glass Heritage dinner here in
Yes,
November.
you have some homemade
little
bread.
goodies like salsa and the homemade bread tend to show up at things like
Margaret Lackey's special pickle recipe.
Yeah.
Those things. If you receive pickles from Mary Lou Glass at Christmas time,
Yeah.
we're going to have some of that too. So, but
that.
I
Because
need
that's
you
November.
to text.
That's biscuitita season. I love them biscuititas.
See?
Yeah.
You know what? We can throw all those special things. All the special blessings from all the events are going to come through the celebration of Mary Lou Glass because she loved all of that.
Yeah.
We need to fill up that blood drive.
But
Text
yes, call-
me or
call or
call
text
me
now.
575-915-4471. If you've never donated blood before, I can connect you with, I believe it's Emily
Okay.
at Vitalian, and she will take care of you. She did that yesterday. A volunteer might came into the museum yesterday. We said, by the way, can you donate blood? We literally did it all over the phone.
Cool.
He's going to get blessings. Boom, help the society.
That's great.
So there
and
you go.
saving lives, because that's the thing at the other side is every
Yes.
pint of blood you donate is going to save a life, or make sure that the hospitals in our state have blood whenever someone needs it.
And I certainly know the Historical Society Board of Directors and myself are honored to think that's part of our legacy. 100% we're coming. I think we've got 3 or 4 board members donating blood. It's not just us asking. We're doing
Sure.
that also. I'll be there. I'll
It's,
do that myself.
I always say donating blood's one of the easiest things you can do, or has the biggest impact on helping people with the least amount of effort on your part.
Yes.
Like really at the end of the day, you're just walking in, letting them take some blood from you. You just sit there.
Yes.
It doesn't really hurt. It doesn't hurt.
No.
It's
I mean,
all
it's going to
built
be a
up in our head.
second.
Afterwards,
is
you
all
get
built.
pumped up with drinks and
Yes.
snacks
They
and
have
things.
treats.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're done. You walk
That's right.
away, and you come back 45 a month or two later,
That's
and
right.
then you can do it again. And that 30 minutes you just sitting around chewing the fat and then drinking some tea and some cookies afterwards.
Right.
Just saved a life.
That's a well-oiled engine on
Yeah.
those buses.
And-
Vitalian does an amazing
Yeah.
job. They take it in. I mean, you're in and out of there 30 minutes. I know you've got to wait for over 10 minutes. or
Yeah,
whatever.
and
It's in
like
out. It is.
and you
well-oiled
learn
engine.
stuff about you too. Like if you don't know your blood type, you're gonna know your blood type by the time you've donated blood the first time.
That's
if
right.
you they do a lot of times they'll do screenings for like the glucose or not glucose, but cholesterol
Yes,
and that kind of stuff.
Different things. That's exactly right.
I know during COVID they were doing antibody testing and stuff. I don't know if that's still a thing
I
or
don't
that's
know.
kind of gone. But
You're
they
right
do
about all
kinda-
those things.
Yeah.
You doing one thing helping can
Yeah,
link
so they
into
give you
another.
they give you
That's exactly
little
right.
blessings too.
That's right.
Saying, hey, thanks for donating. By the way, you might want to talk to your doctor about this.
That's exactly right. Before we run out of time, huge shout out to Fred Boggs. He is our volunteer of the quarter at the Historical Society. And we really appreciate everything he does. He's helped oversee all of our grounds, and that's...
He has a Herculean task of that
He
grounds
does.
committee. Yeah.
And if you do not care to do much inside, but part of your passion is just kind of doing things outside, we would love to have more individuals help Fred out. Last thing I will say, if people are not members of the Historical Society and would love to become a member of the Historical Society, we need you. But one thing we're really excited about doing is on the front of the cover of our newsletter. We are working with Eric Neri. Shout out to him.
Okay.
He's an amazing board member of the Historical Society, working with our archival and the Historical Society in general regarding us starting up an oil and gas collection. That is certainly part of our history. We want to be more intentional of connecting those dots of our rich legacy of oil and gas through photos, through clippings, just connecting those dots and having that
Even
be
some
in a
artifacts
part of
that-
our collection.
That would fit in a building.
Our intention is to have a display coming up, or an exhibit, if you will. Our goal is to have that. I'd love to have it up before Christmas or even after Christmas, around January. If you want more information, contact Eric Naria if you know him personally, or call the Historical Society at 622-8333 to become members of the Historical Society, but most importantly, to support this oil and gas collection. Just telling our rich history of, man, we have been blessed in this area. And on behalf of the Historical Society, we get blessed. And I can't thank enough those silent servants like a Rolla Hinkle. Yes, if you're listening, you're probably rolling your eyes, Rolla the Third, saying, oh my gosh, why are you mentioning my name? Well, you're our neighbor, so we see you a lot.
Yes.
But we want to thank you for all you do. If you see a need and you're driving through and you say, why the heck do you have that problem? He helps us out with it. And I think he's perfect part of restoration of our whole area. He's really trying to just beautify, I guess, if you will, or spruce up our historical district.
Well, it's our neighborhood.
It is.
And they're our neighbors. And think
I'm
of it
so
like
thankful they are our
kind of like a
neighbors.
business neighborhood watch where everyone's looking out and helping each other and
I
keeping
think
tabs on
he
each other.
could have that, a nickname, the Watchdog. He is.
That's kind of
He's there. We see the needs. That's what it's
but all the
about.
like the
It's
businesses
for
and
sure.
homes in that area.
First Presbyterian Church and the Roswell Independent School District. We're all a family.
Yeah.
And we work together.
Yeah, it's just part of the old neighborhood there, and it's just the history of that area is a lot richer than you and I realize sometimes.
Oh, for
and
sure.
That's the cool part about it.
100%. We've got to take care of the area.
But one other thing I do want to mention too is don't forget the J.P. White home, the museum. Yep. We're doing tours by request anytime. If you've got family coming to town or a group that wants to do something, reach out to us. We'll do a personalized tour for you. We'll make arrangements.
We did one
whatever
bright and early just the other morning.
Yeah.
So when people say, why are y'all still doing appointments only? Well, we're doing appointments bright and early and kind of late to work around people's schedule.
Sure.
And it's really doing
And it's a better tour. You're getting a personalized tour. And I mean, we had great tours before.
We did.
But it's
that
you.
one-on-one, unique
get to-
connection.
So questions and things that maybe in a bigger group you wouldn't have got a
Miss
chance
Jane
to ask.
and Fred
Yeah.
and even Josiah Strange, they do so great. And Melanie Deason, so many other. We've got great tours. But going a little bit more specific to people and what their desires or passions are. And we're thrilled and honored to do that. And we love to not know but find out together kind of thing. We're learning all the time, making those connections, and we're really excited about it. So if you need a tour, want a tour, and need more information about that, keep collecting your loose change. If you have it, give us a call. We'll pick it up.
And then as your holiday events and things come across here, don't forget we have our rental facilities, the archive facilities available for rent. About 75 comfortably is I think the fire marshal limit on there. There's a full kitchen.
Yes, there is. Very nice.
If you need access to food prep or any of that kind of stuff, reach out to the Historical Society. Go to the RoswellNMhistory.org website. And then reach out to us through that way if you want to use the facility for rental, or if you have ideas for Sunday fun days or things you want to present. You're like, I've always want to do this, or if you need help connecting with any of our other partners.
That's right.
Well,
and we've had to kind of focus on fundraising. Well, we didn't kind of. We've had to focus on fundraising. So we're kind of focusing on fundraisers that lend into that right now, just because we need to cover some expenses. But we will consider and work with people in any way possible. We've had a lot of requests lately, Mike, for photos. People are wanting photos. People
Which
are sprucing
we do
up,
all the time.
Sprucing up their offices and different things. We are more than happy to work with you. Our archival team, great group of people, quite a few different people working over there. Call the archives at 622-1176 for specific pictures and requests. We'll be happy to help you. We've done a lot of that recently.
Yeah, we do. Pretty much if you see old pictures like in restaurants or businesses around town, guess where those photos came from?
That's right. So honor and celebrate the legacy of the Historical Society and telling its history. So we
absolutely. Absolutely. And then come donate blood today.
Yes.
Get your Guy Penrod tickets and you can start getting your Mary Lou Glass
and shout out, Mike, I got a text from somebody wanting to donate blood, and they're going to get their Guy Penrod.
Congratulations. Thank you for donating your sweet vein gravy.
That's awesome. So thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, good deal. Well, I imagine you got to get over there and start putting out fires. So we'll let you go do that.
Yes, that's right.
And as always, appreciate the visit and what you do. And we'll see you here next time.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Come on out, support the Historical Society. You'll be glad you did. A lot of fun.
People want us back. They remember what we had. We built the economy twice. We built the greatest economy in the world, and then we did it a second time after COVID. But these incredible numbers are the primary reason that crooked Joe Biden has weaponized law enforcement.
Mr. Trump at a rally last evening in New Hampshire. An electric vehicle manufacturer repeatedly applauded by President Biden as the wave of the future and a great success story has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection.
The Burlingame, California company is a big supplier of buses to transit systems across the nation. The statement on Proterra's website says it intends to maintain normal operations and will file motions with the court to use existing capital to keep funding operations, including paying employees, vendors, and suppliers. The company added it's taking action to separate its business units to maximize their independent potential. Proterra sells heavy truck, van, bus, and off-highway equipment in the U.S., European, and Asia-Pacific markets. Rhonda Rockster reporting.
A pro-abortion initiative in Ohio faces an easier road to approval in November now that a bid to make it tougher to amend the state's constitution has failed. Issue 1 voted down in yesterday's referendum in Ohio. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 35 points, the Nasdaq off 136. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Scientists are wondering if El Nino has an accomplice in fueling this summer's record-breaking heat.
The European Climate Agency Copernicus says the bump in heat is so recent and so big, especially in the oceans, that scientists are split on whether something else could be at work. Researchers say by far the biggest cause of the recent extreme heat is human-caused climate change, with a smaller contribution from a natural El Nino. But some scientists are searching for an additional factor. One surprising possible source of added warmth could be cleaner air resulting from new shipping rules. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Authorities in France say at least 9 people died in a fire that broke out early today in a home for people with disabilities in eastern France. 17 other people were evacuated from the house. Authorities say at this point 2 people are still missing. News and analysis, townhall.com. In a money-saving bid, the financially strapped post office is scaling back airmail services.
The U.S. Postal Service has reduced its volume of shipments by aircraft by 90% over 2 years, putting the service on course to save $1 billion in annual transportation costs. Shifting packages and mail from air shipment to ground transportation was part of Postmaster General Louis DeJoy's larger plan to improve the Postal Service's financial health. He told the Board of Governors on Tuesday that more than 95% of first-class mail and 95% of first-class packages are moved through the Postal Service's ground transportation system. Keith Peters reporting.
Raging wildfires in Hawaii have burned multiple structures, forcing evacuations, causing power outages. Firefighters are struggling to reach some areas that have been cut off by downed trees and power lines. Maui, especially hard hit, but there are fires on the Big Island as well. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to our number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope your Wednesday's going well. Sunny, clear. No talk of rain really today, but Friday and the weekend we're looking pretty good. Maybe to see some rain. So if you enjoyed that storm yesterday, maybe more of that this week. Maybe. Cross your fingers. Wash your cars.
Yes.
My wife wants to wash my Jeep so bad. Like we were over the weekend. I was driving, and we were driving somewhere. I don't remember. And she's like, "I'm going to get your Jeep detailed for you." She wants, because it drives her nuts, and my Jeep's dirty. It drives her nuts.
Really?
Oh,
that's the whole point of a Jeep.
It drives her nuts that I don't wash my Jeep on the regular.
Okay, here's what you do: just take it over to the Dodge boys, have Fritz give it a good spritz down.
Yeah.
And you'll be good to go.
But don't get me wrong, I love a clean Jeep. I don't make it a thing like I've got to spend all day cleaning my Jeep. I'm not going to do that.
I don't use it nearly as often as I should.
Yeah.
But I'm a member of a wash club.
Like, you got a card and everything.
Yeah, the sticker. I get free washes basically. Well, not free. I pay for them every month, but
right, you prepaid.
And then some, because I hardly ever wash my car. Honestly, I'm in dad mode half the time, and honestly, in this summertime, going through the car wash tunnel is hell because I have to roll my windows up.
That's right. You don't have AC.
Oh, I was soaking, like just moist by the end of the car wash tunnel, just all sweat. It was bad.
Maybe pay a guy. Just sit in my car while it goes through the car wash.
Yeah. And it's like, well, once I get it set up, I should just open the door and be like, I'll meet you guys on the other side.
Do it. Charge people. Make it a sauna experience.
Oh, there you go.
Like put a couple bottled waters in your car.
I gotta say, I do feel like I've sweat out the toxins.
Just put a couple bottled waters in the cup holder, and then charge people $10 to sit in your car through the car wash, and they get a little sauna experience.
There you go. White towel, a couple of chilled bottles of water.
If it gets a little too, if you want it steamy, just crack the window a bit.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I got to the end. And actually, it was the dry off portion. I actually cracked my window open a little bit, so I just let the dryer kind of like cool down the car a little bit.
Of course, is it blowing hot air? The dryer?
It wasn't blowing cold air.
Yeah,
but it was blowing air. At that point, that's all I needed.
Why do you have a hard hair dryer in your car? Cool off. But yeah, I one of these. I like a clean Jeep. Don't get me wrong. It's not, but I'm not.
Now, when she says detail, though, that's clean outside.
Yeah, I think she wants to. Yeah, have someone come in and do the.
Which that's one of the most satisfying things I found on the internet. Have you ever seen those people who will like come out and like in your cup holder make slime and then use it to clean out all the?
I've seen some videos. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really sad because they'll just take this like baking soda and then like glycerin or something. They just like stir it up and it becomes slime, and then they just pull it out and there's gunk there, and they just use it to clean all the cracks that
the
you
nooks
can't
and
get
crannies.
to. Yeah.
See, and that's where my I don't have trash in my Jeep. I don't have like bunches of Coke cups and things. I'm not.
Oh, I'm Mike Winters, and I don't have trash in my cup.
But
I'm just kidding.
I have crumbs and dirt and everything just looks but. Yeah, I don't have it. So my car is not like, it doesn't smell like a locker room in there when you get in there. It doesn't. I don't have that problem.
Right. Yeah, my car. I have kids, so my car right now has.
Yeah, and I don't have that issue. I don't
beach
have
towels,
Cheerios crammed in the cracks.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm not sure. I have a stuffed toy in the back of my Jeep. It's either your kids or one of my cousins. I'm not sure which.
I don't think it might have been your Jeep.
They were 4th of July.
Oh, that's right, they were.
And it was around that time that it showed up there.
It might
but
be.
I had other kids around too.
That's true.
So I'm not sure if they're your kids or my kids.
Well, bring it in,
some-
and I'll identify. I'll do my best, Chief.
I just remember we were talking about. It's like, oh yeah, I got that toy sitting in the back of my Jeep.
Yeah, and that's how it works. When your children are in a vehicle for more than 20 minutes, stuff will just accrue in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like quarter to half empty bottles of water. There's just like 20 of those just in the.
I got one or
back
two,
to
but
my
I think
car.
they've kind of meandered to under seats.
Under the seats.
By the way, don't drink that water.
Yeah, it's
Highly toxic.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. Once water gets up to like 70 degrees, the bottle
That plastic, it's not good.
leaches into the
Yeah, so if you're that
now,
person.
that being said, I know I'm not the only one who's gotten into a car parched and thought it's wet, and taken a small sip.
Yep, I have absolutely.
Just to cleanse the palate a bit.
Yeah. Well, and back in my younger days when I was in the Scouts and all that, we hiked and all that stuff. Carried canteens.
Right.
And that water was never cold.
I wonder what things I put into my body drinking water out the hose. Because that was.
Oh yeah, and we grew up. I mean, I grew up at the garden hose.
Mm-hmm.
But that water was always way cool compared to summer. Like when you're outside and it's 100 out.
Well, you'd let it run first because you'd pour out the boiling hot water that was sitting in the hose.
Yeah, but once you did that, then it was nice and and chilled compared to you're outside.
Yeah.
So I liked that.
It would always do that, gloo, gloo, and then it would start pouring cold.
And of course, during the summer, we were constantly having water fights and stuff. With the hose. That was a thing for summer.
Mm-hmm.
They literally, I'm sure my parents' water bill was crazy high, but we would literally, hook the garden hose up and run around in the front yard, and then we'd bust out like our saucer sleds from the winter.
Yeah.
As shields and things, and we got like trash can lids. We look, just look ridiculous.
You guys were the Wish.com Avengers.
Yeah, garbage bag vests and running around. And that was us.
I am a man of almost 40 years on this earth, and I still, to this day, have to fight the physically fight the urge to pull my car over and run through a sprinkler. If I see one on at a park or something, I'm like, ooh, a sprinkler. No, you're an adult. You can't just do that anymore.
Especially because my parents had the big wave one that goes back and forth like that, and it's a big wave of water.
Yeah, that's right for jumping.
Yeah, that was the one we had.
Mm-hmm.
I never. Well, some people had the one that was a spike you stuck in the ground, and then it would do that
spin around like beast mode,
and then it go.
See that one? I had that one.
Yeah, and so they had that. Problem was those kept breaking because we kept hitting them with the lawnmower, so we had to get the
open your eyes, boy.
Right? I killed a few of those in my lawnmower days. But,
my dad enjoyed the phrase "upside your head." He went upside my head quite often. Watch, open your eyes, boy.
Oh yeah. I took out a dog chain. I took out a water pipe. I took out several sprinklers. And they claimed I took out my mom's window on her car, but I don't. That was not me.
I couldn't care. He had his headphones on. You put the boom boom into my heart.
He's what I call Dr. Feelgood. I'll be there for you throughout the sleepless nights.
I wonder, when was the cutoff for you, like of music? Because you are familiar with 80s, and I'm sure you rocked out other bands at that point, and now you're exclusively Metallica. Like I don't even see you dip a toe in 80s rock. And
I think I just rock and roll just died to me. Like I was the guy that turned on a rock station. They don't exist anymore.
Well, now I feel compelled to ask, what killed the rock and roll, Mike?
Here's the weird thing, and I've told this story. Whenever I go back to D.C., there is a radio station.
DC 101?
Yes. Yep. That's me. When that's basically whoever programs that station, him and I are the same. Because when music died for that guy, is around somewhere in the 90s, because nothing he plays is past that.
I'm curious where the line of demarcation is. Was it grunge, do you think? Was it?
No, because I liked grunge, some of the grunge. I was a big fan of Soundgarden was my favorite of the bunch. Of all the Nirvana's, Pearl Jam, and all, I was a Soundgarden guy.
Now, as far as like, I wasn't super into grunge. I was more into like the post grunge, like when like Audio Slave came around.
I started getting out a little bit. Like I liked some Audio Slave. I'm not a big Rage fan. I'm not a big.
Oh, really? See, I would have pegged you as a Rage fan for sure.
And this is going to make some other people mad. I'm not a big Linkin Park fan. That's not my thing. I mean, it's fine. It's all right.
It's not your generation.
Yeah.
It's you become a byproduct of the music that you listen to from like mid high school to like early college or that realm of time.
Yeah.
Like I'm super into still to this day pop punk.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't be that, but Newfound Glory, Sum 41, SR 71. Linkin Park was more of like a rap rock. But
and I don't hate that genre. I'm not in love with it. But certain bands in there, I kind of like more. Like Bowling for Soup, because they have a comedic flair.
Sure.
I generally like theirs better because their songs are kind of... But then again, there was bands like... what's the name of them? The Buddy Holly...
Weezer.
Weezer. I like Weezer. Like bands like Weezer, I like.
Okay, see, I wouldn't have pegged you as a Weezer person.
Like,
necessarily.
And that's where I'm weird.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not so much
See,
into...
I'm not a Weezer fan, because I've heard recent
Newfound
Weezer...
Glory, but I like Weezer.
I've heard recent Weezer, name of your band, your cover band. I've heard recent, and I didn't like it that much. But it's, again, trapped in a realm of time. Blue album Weezer was perfect.
Yeah, so it's like in certain, like, and I was never a big 311 fan. I thought they were way overrated.
They had a couple of songs.
And I just, it's just weird. I liked, like, in my young, like, high school, I was listening to Metallica.
Right.
I was also into Anthrax, weirdly enough.
Okay.
I was.
There's a lot of crossover there. I've
Suicidal Tendencies.
See, and I remember your whole phase was suicidal too.
I was also into bands that never really made it, but had like one songs that were hits in movies. Like there was a band called Orange 9mm that had a song called Fire in the Hole I really liked that showed up on a movie somewhere.
I vaguely remember that.
But other than Van Warped Tour, you'd never see them.
See, and that was the other thing is I came up and like, was coming out of like college and into like careerhood.
Yeah.
In that age where like the CD compilations were a huge, like the Atticus albums were like the Warped Tour where like one song from every artist on the tour.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to know a lot of that like, underground punk music.
And so I didn't really listen to radio music. I mean, I would, if I did, it was DC 101. They're playing, Nirvana and all the stuff where everyone's at. But I was the guy that wanted to listen to Helmet. And no one listened to Helmet unless you were really into metal music or something. It was kind of, they were underground kind of. So that's what I was into. And to be honest, that was my bougie side. Like if I had a bougie side back when I was a kid, I was one of those that like, I'm not liking Nirvana because everybody likes it.
Right.
I hated Michael Jackson because everybody loved Michael Jackson.
Fair enough.
I was the other guy when it came to that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, I want...
Going against the grain, man.
But then again, those people that sit there and talk about vinyl for 20 minutes and then poo-poo any other form of listening to music, you're idiots too.
See... But I'm kind of like that when it comes to like TV, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I will like a thing until it becomes the thing everybody likes. And I'm like, I don't want it anymore.
But
Rick and Morty's prime example of that.
Some will do that to me, some don't. Some, if it's like, I don't care, I like it anyway. It's my thing. Like Bob Ross. I will definitely say that. I'm the guy that loved Bob Ross long before all you people loved Bob Ross.
It's true.
When y'all were running around talking about how cool Bob Ross is, I was the guy as a little kid in my underoos watching Bob Ross and loving Bob Ross before it was cool to say I love Bob Ross. I was like Bob Ross.
I started this whole thing.
But now that everyone's kind of like, oh, he's so great. Now I was like, I've been
and now
studying this
everybody
guy
gets
for
you like
30
every
years.
Bob Ross thing for every birthday and Christmas.
And I'm cool with that because I like Bob Ross.
Sure.
But I was on board way before
the fact that there's
train
the pantheon of all of those items tells you that, the world has jumped on board.
Yeah, and all that showed up in recent years when everyone else said, hey, this Bob Ross guy is pretty good. So.
But yeah, no, it's definitely you trap your tastes in general, music, TV, whatever it is, in that certain realm of like late high school, early college, teens to 20s.
Right.
The dream period, so to speak.
Yeah.
When everything still worked.
Well, when you had like goals in life and
hope,
dreams, aspirations.
Exactly.
Things like
when,
that.
you know, the world hadn't chewed you up and spit you out and somehow landed you in the darkest timeline.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to play our interview we had with Rick Lamb for the Roswell Boys and Girls Club. They are now kind of shifting gears from the summer program to their fall for after-school programs. They're, I believe Rick said they now go to 8 different elementary schools with van pickups and all that stuff now.
Nice.
So they've really expanded the services there and all that. So we'll play that interview talking about that here in just a bit.
Very cool.
Before we do that, though, let's get you up to date on the weather, which I'm hopeful for the weekend. We're just going to say that.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot today. Our afternoon high topping out at about 105. Just a slim chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm around Carlsbad, and it stays sunny for the rest of our area. Partly cloudy overnight, low 70s, and then mostly sunny and more heat coming up on Thursday. Our high going up to about 105, maybe an afternoon shower, and 105 on Friday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 81 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 35%. Winds currently out of the south at 5 miles per hour. We have the heat advisory kicking in at noon today, remaining in effect through 8 p.m. this evening. Expect highs around 105 today under sunny skies with northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 73 degrees. Winds out of the northwest 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 104. Winds out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday night, partly cloudy, overnight low of 75 degrees. Friday, rain chances back in the forecast, a 20% chance for afternoon showers on Friday. Sunny and hot with a high of 104. Otherwise, west winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Also, Friday night, we're looking at a 20% chance at showers, partly cloudy, 73 for an overnight low. Saturday, 30% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny and 104. Saturday night, a 30% chance at showers and thunderstorms, otherwise partly cloudy, 73 for an overnight low. Sunday, 30% chance of rain as well for the afternoon, mostly sunny and 101. And Monday, when you head back to work and school, 30% chance at showers and thunderstorms for the afternoon, sunny and 100 for a high on Monday. All right, it is 9:22. We're going to take a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with Rick Lamb from Boys and Girls Club here in Roswell. Don't go away.
I read a quote once that said, "When you blame others, you give up your power to change." Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
We all want to play the victim at times. It even feels good to feel sorry for ourselves. But that puts a lid on our life. It stunts our growth. It damages our marriages. And if you have children, it can even hurt them.
It can seem like a daunting task to take responsibility for our actions. But the Bible says in Philippians 4:13, we can do everything through Christ who gives us strength.
If you've never experienced the love of God, and you don't know your true potential and don't realize how good God is, when you're feeling like a victim, turn to God. He'll give you the strength to move beyond yourself and help you have a victorious marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Hi, I'm Dr. Keanu Carabelli Dental. Same-day smiles are what we do. My passion is helping patients chew, talk, and live with confidence. That's why I'm one of the few doctors in the U.S. who can create beautiful same-day smiles with the latest digital implant technology. This procedure is life-changing. Just ask Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been that voice that you've heard on the radio for most of my life, but I'm also a dad to 2 amazing kids. I've had a million reasons to smile, but in all my old pictures, I was never smiling. Truth is that life of improper care and being dealt a bad hand genetically, it left me practically with no teeth. It affected everything from the way I ate, the way I talked, and of course how I interacted with people. And that's where Dr. Keon and Carabelli stepped in. They eased my fears. They explained every step of the process in a way that I could understand, and they made me feel almost like I was part of the team. And now, I can't stop smiling. I have so much more confidence, and I love looking in the mirror now. I can't explain how much of a difference Dr. Keon's dental implant process made for me.
Our team can help you find your smile too. Come see us at Carabelli Dental, 575-622-4455.
The Rehabilitation Center at Artesia General Hospital offers a variety of services led by experienced licensed therapists, including physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Their multidisciplinary team provides a complete evaluation with the full support of your primary care provider to develop a custom plan to support your personal goals and recovery needs. These treatment plans help manage symptoms, educate patients and their families, and ultimately get back to the activities that bring you joy. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/rehab.
New Mexico can be safer, and we can protect our loved ones from gun-related injuries when we lock up our guns. New Mexico has one of the highest rates of gun violence in the country, with numbers nearly 2 times higher than the national average. But safe gun storage is a proven strategy that reduces gun violence in all our communities. Protect New Mexico by securing your firearms. Visit safestoragenm.org to learn more. Brought to you by the New Mexico Department of Health.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 19 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Boys and Girls Club for technically, I guess you say Chavis and Lincoln counties, but for here in Southeast New Mexico, Rick Lamb back with us. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing great, and also brought your son with you today. You want to introduce your son to everybody?
This is Chance.
Hey, Chance. How old are you, Chance? You are 6 years old? All right. You start school tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Are you excited? What grade? What grade do you go into at 6?
First grade.
First grade. All right. So this is like first time in kind of like the big boy classroom, huh? All right. Yeah. You excited?
I mean, Mr. Fox.
That's gonna be your new teacher,
Mrs. Fox.
Mrs. Fox. Okay. Well, good. Have you met her before when you were in kindergarten? No. So it'll be his first time you meet her tomorrow.
We met her yesterday. We had the whole parent teacher introduction.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I saw my friend.
And you saw your friends? That's good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. So excellent. So if you're excited for school, of course, school for most of us have got underway this week here. Obviously, students there at Gateway will start up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I know for you guys that kind of gets busy for Boys and Girls Club. It's you have your summer program, and that kind of wraps up, and it now kind of shifts to your after-school fall program here. So, but before we do that, I do want to kind of get a recap. Of course, you had your the bubble run on Saturday morning before the Health Expo. Everything went well there, and from everything I heard, had great crowds and everything there to participate.
Even from last year, they doubled numbers.
Yeah.
Last year, I think it was about 800 people or so. The year before, or this year, was over 1,600 people that walked through that place.
That's a lot of bubbles.
Right. The Bubble Fun Run was a blast. We heard a lot of good things about it, which I'm excited about because we're going to continue that next year as well.
Good deal. So back by popular demand, it'll be, I guess you could, was this the first bubble run? I know we've had runs. Yeah. I think it was the first bubble. So
yeah,
this was the first one.
This was the first bubble run in Roswell, and it's one of those things that was so much fun, especially the heat at the end of the summer in August, at the beginning of August. I think it's nice to have that nice cool run through at the end of everything. So we got some plans for next year to make it a little bit better too.
Good deal. So bigger and better for next year. Excellent. But hopefully everyone that came out on Saturday to the Bubble Run and Health Expo had a good time and got everything they needed here. But now that summer's over, you guys kind of shift gears because you have the summer program, which is kind of an all-day thing for most part for the kids here. But now that the kids go back to school, really the focus shifts because now it's kind of quiet during the middle of the day here for the most part.
Yep.
But then around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon when the schools start letting out, then the Boys and Girls Club gets really busy because we've had how many schools now do you guys have that kind of send kids directly from through your vans and buses and all?
We pick up from 8 different elementary schools around Roswell.
Excellent. Good deal. And that's expanded quite a bit over the last couple of years here. I can remember when it was just 1 or 2 there, like right around COVID time and all that. So, and I imagine the goal eventually is to get all of the elementary schools having a bus at some point getting there.
And not even just the elementary schools. The goal is even still to try and figure out how we can reach those middle school kids and then also the high school kids as well.
Sure.
We've got programs for all ages, and that's, we want to make sure that we're effective the whole way through.
And that's something we really want to, we should tout in things because, like you said, we think, obviously, most families and things think of Boys or Girls Club. It's like, well, as a parent, I don't get off work until 5 o'clock at night, and my child's home at 3 o'clock. I don't want them home by themselves for 2 hours while and granted, when they get a little older, you start giving them more responsibility. But this is where I want to say, even when they're in high school and that age, after school they come and get involved as younger children. They kind of work on, all of them work on homework and stuff. That's kind of the first thing they do. But then they do their fun activities. But the older kids plan and do and kind of create their own curriculum there. So it really is something from elementary age kids all the way up to kids that are seniors in high school now.
Yep.
There's really something from all of them. But the older the kids get, the more of the program's in their hands. They get to kind of decide what direction it goes. You see on the TV there? Yeah, that thing can get distracting. So, yes. If you're needing childcare because you're not available, Boys and Girls Club can be that resource, and you're going to get a lot more than just someone watching your child for 2 hours. You're getting all this stuff. But if you really want to get your children more involved in community-based things and doing that, even when they're old enough to technically be home by themselves for 2 hours, I would still say bring them on down or have them come down and get involved, because this is the part that's going to help make them better, well-rounded kids and adults eventually.
Exactly, and that's the goal of the whole process is, we want them to be those productive, caring, responsible people, but not just, just those simple things, but we also want good character building as well. And so that's what we build our programs around. Of course, like you said, we work with them with their homework and making sure that they're getting that done. And the best thing about that is parents then don't have to stress about doing a ton of homework at the end of the day. Maybe they'll have to do a little bit, but that gives more family time that they get to spend time together.
Sure.
And then after that, they get to, do different programs, whether it's learning how to eat healthy or learning how to be active or learning how to deal with bullies. We do a bunch of different programs. We have a really good STEM center. We just got microscopes in that we're going to start introducing to our STEM program.
Nice.
Literacy is still always an important thing because we want to make sure that the kids know how to read, because if you can't read and you can't do math, you're going to struggle a lot in this world.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the world is getting smarter, not dumber.
Yep.
And it's like computers. I remember, our parents were like, I don't need no computer. Now, no matter how old you are, you almost can't navigate life without at least a rudimentary understanding of computers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just from everything from paying your bills to ordering food, and especially during COVID, during the COVID time where no one could get out, and the only way you could communicate with the world was through some type of electronic device. You really you have to have that basic thing anymore, and that is true. The point. So whether no matter what your child decides to do, whether they're going to be painters or engineers or whatever, the CEO of the next Fortune 500 company, they need to know math, science, that because it's in everything.
Yep.
Everything that you do in life has math and science in it in some way, shape, or form. And the more you understand about it, the more clear picture you have on how a lot of things work in life.
Exactly.
And so it is very much to your child's advantage to have we don't want to I get it. Not every child's going to be a mathematician or a civil engineer, but to understand the basics of math and some of the basic formulas, and certainly understanding algebra and at least those principles in geometry and some of the things that you probably realize you already know, but don't realize that's geometry.
Yeah.
That's algebra.
Oh, yeah.
And so you need to incorporate that in. And so, because I get it. Kids, I'm one of those people. I hate math and science. But it's in everything. I hate sitting in a classroom and doing equations and all that. But I like my paycheck. I like to make food.
Exactly.
And all of that involves math.
Well, and we want to try and, we always work towards making it as fun as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We use the term high yield activities.
Mm-hmm.
The kids are learning, but they're learning in ways where they don't realize that they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, at the end of last school year, they made a volcano, and the basis of that volcano was just experience how a volcano works. Well, then this summer, they came back through and they made a volcano again, but it wasn't just how does a volcano work, it was how can you protect your people that are all around there. So there's always a learning aspect to it, but it's a fun learning aspect, so the kids are enjoying themselves along the way.
Sure. And plus, we talk about math and science. There's another very important aspect they're learning there that, to be honest, I think younger generations are kind of behind the eight ball on, and it's the critical thinking skills.
Mm-hmm.
That side of things, basically teaching children to say, okay, there's a problem. How do we solve it? How do we? What steps do we do to try to make headway on this? And that's all critical thinking. And that's the only way you can teach that is by doing it. Is by sitting in there and putting them in the front line. Let them try it. That's, put them in a scenario just like what you're talking about here. We got a volcano. Okay, how do we keep the people from, and now they got to think, all right, well, if you do it this way, yeah, but then this is going to happen. What if we do it this way? Well, that'd be work, but this is going to happen. And so through that, they learn and realize, and that will serve them so well in any aspect of life, because that's life, is making one decision after another. When you think about it, that's living life. And those decisions you make are going to kind of determine how your life goes.
Yep, it's true. It's very true. And on top of everything as well, one of the big things that we're always focusing on is safety. Safety is so important to the very end, where even if we know the parent, we've talked to them 1,000 times, we're still checking your ID.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure that your ID matches what's in the system so that your kids are consistently safe.
Sure.
And that's something that we always like to point out, because really it is such an important thing to make sure that your kids are consistently safe wherever they're at.
Well, and it's that it's a tricky ball to juggle for you guys, because you're in such a family atmosphere where everyone's, hey Bobby, hey Sue, hey, and during the whole class it's like that. But that moment where people are coming in, it's like, I know it's Bobby, but because if we get complacent now, then we're going to get complacent on somebody that we don't.
Yeah.
And so to keep that from happening, you're like, we're going to go overkill on this, even though we know this is Bobby, but we're going to make sure that way. And that's what you're basically saying is, we're once we're in, we're going to have the formal, informal family style conversations and things. But, that initial thing, we're not going to relax security or any protections because you guys are pretty aware you have pretty precious cargo in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's so parents, please don't be like, come on, dude, it's me. It's like they do it for the protection of your kids and your friends' kids, and that's the only reason for it. So,
exactly.
So just understand that. Yeah. That's the only reason for it. It's not because they're on some weird power trip. It's just if we get complacent now, that opens for a possibility of us being complacent in the future. So we don't want to do that.
Well, and that there's parents are, we've got a list of different people who are allowed to pick up the kids for each one of the families.
Mm-hmm.
But the way we look at it is, what happens if somebody gets taken off that list?
Right.
What if a parent says, what, Joe is no longer able to pick them up for whatever reason?
Life does happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't want to put ourselves in a position where we're jeopardizing that
when
child.
permissions changed and you weren't made aware of it or didn't know or someone didn't check the annotations to note that change was made.
Exactly.
So that's why we do it the same way every time to avoid that from slipping through the cracks.
Exactly.
Makes complete sense. So again, that's just peace of mind for family things. So if you have questions about that or issues about that, Rick will be happy to sit down and talk with you about all that.
Yeah.
So, so let's talk about like time frame and curriculum here. It's, as far as the program, kids can sign up anytime. There isn't like a window.
No. We're definitely limited on spots because we only have so many vans. We only have so many van seats that we can pick up. But we did something different this year. So last year, we got scholarships that came in, and so Pecos and Nancy Lopez got $10 scholarships.
Oh, cool.
For $10 a month for the after-school program. The downside to that, though, is if they wanted to come to an all-day, because we know that the school is closed certain days, whether it's parent-teacher conference or Christmas or things like that, then it was $12 a day. So we sat down and we kind of looked at things and we made a decision. We actually made it $20 a month this year, but that includes those all days.
Okay.
So, and we're pretty simple. The only thing we asked is we get the kids there 4 days a week until 5 p.m.
Okay.
And then for all days, we ask that they're there 80% of the time.
Okay.
And that allows us to do a lot of these programs that we have put together because this year, we are trying to be very purposeful in how we create our programs. Don't get me wrong, everybody loves an art project, but art projects after a certain amount of time get old if that's the only thing that you're doing. So
not every kid likes art.
And exactly.
Yeah.
So we're doing art projects that are purposeful and take a week or two. They've done Picasso paintings where they take like a week to create this whole Picasso painting. But then we do programs where they, like I said, they do STEM stuff. So we've got a 3D printer in there. We've got esports that we're just towards the tail end of getting completely started so the kids can get onto that. We got microscopes that just came in. We've got engineering building. We teach them about electricity. We teach them all of these different things.
Wow.
We've got a literacy program. So we're continuing to work on getting these kids proficient in reading, and not even just proficient, but enjoy reading. Books have a world that you can't get unless you enjoy actually reading.
And I think what I love about this is because especially kids that when you're at that age where they're teaching to read and they're giving you books and things to read, sometimes the subjects in those books aren't what interests children. And unfortunately that stunts kids' desire to read sometimes.
Exactly.
And so I love when we do extra stuff like this because, they're going to have to read To Kill a Mockingbird or whatever books that are in the curriculum at school because that's the curriculum. But we want to encourage that kid to pick up a book on their own. And that's the cool part is because then you show the kids, look, you've got your required reading, but this library has every subject you can possibly imagine, of stories you can think of. You want space stories? Do you want fun stories? Do you want stories about people like you? Do you want stories about, they're there?
Yep.
And so through Boys and Girls Club, you can kind of enhance that side and say, all right, now that you're done reading your book for school, let's pick out something you want to read. What are you into? Do you like, do you like Army Men? Do you like Barbie? Let's find some stuff that you're into. And that's how you get kids to love reading because once they find things they want to read about, then it's hard for them to put the book down. They just and so that's the cool part to promote that side of things. And their reading will get better. You'll see the more they read, and then they want to read because they're reading things that they are interested in, not because a teacher or a parent made them read it.
Exactly.
And that's how you get kids into reading.
Yeah.
Is allowing them the freedom to choose their own things to read too.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. And we've got a pretty good library. We've been lucky over the years and had some great donations that have come through. So, there's always books and, we give them tons of time to be able to read. If there's a program that's going on, we encourage them to be a part of it, but there's certain times where we'll be like, okay, you know what, why don't you just grab your book that you want to read and sit down and read that? But we do a program called Triple Play. It's it's kind of a mind and body scenario. So we're going to teach you about the importance of being active, but then we're also going to teach you about the importance of eating healthy as well. We have New Mexico State University ICANN that comes in, and they talk about healthy eating and portion control and different things like that. We've got a game room, and we actually just got a new addition to the game room, so it's called a beam unit.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it before.
No, I'm not really familiar.
So what it is it hangs in the ceiling, and it shoots a projection down. It's an interactive projection.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, there's a game called Big Mouth on there, and for little kids, it's something as simple as which one is the color red, or which one is the dog, or the pig, or the letter, or the number.
Okay.
But then there's other ones where you have to do some mathematics in there, and you have to think quickly as you're doing it because you're on a timer.
Okay.
There's all kinds of different games that are included in it.
Nice.
And we just got that in.
That's pretty
so,
cool.
yeah, there's a lot of fun things that we're doing this year.
Excellent. So please, if you're looking for an opportunity to get your children more involved, that's the thing. This is the part. Especially, and this is for all kids, but especially when they're elementary and that middle school age, where we really think we all are in that moment in their lives where you're just trying to expose them to as many different things to see what they like and see what direction. And I think Boys and Girls Club does an excellent job of exposing them to a lot of different things.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think the kids that are sitting, that are your son's age in there right now, they are learning and seeing things that when they're 30 and 40 years old, they're going to have a passion for something. And I'm pretty safe to say they're going to pick it up at something they did at Boys and Girls Club.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it could be a hobby. It could be, this person got into pottery, and you know why? It's because they did a class at Boys and Girls Club one time, and now they're hooked on it. And, and then it's the other side too, is back to those problem solving skills, life lessons. Obviously parents, we were taught things and things have changed, but even things like eating. Like when I was a kid, they're talking about pyramids and food groups and all of that's out the window now. None of that. Everything that they taught me about health and nutrition as a kid is pretty much debunked or changed.
Anymore. Things change too quickly.
And so parents, you may not be up on the latest what they're teaching kids on how to eat and especially we live in a world where food's different than it was when we were children. You have to be a little bit more educated.
Yep.
Because of, packaging and marketing and, you get an apple. And back when we were kids, an apple's an apple. Nowadays, you're like, well, let's see, how was that apple produced? Is it,
Yeah.
So we have to educate kids, and that's why, when they come in and do their health and nutrition and learning on what the right foods to eat and things like that, parents, I get it, but your information may not be as good as up to date as what they're saying now. It's just one of those
and
things.
on top of that too, on top of that as well, life has changed in the fact that we're a lot busier than we were back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, one, we give the kids snacks in the afternoon, but they're teaching the kids how to find healthy stuff through everything on the shelves. I mean, even in the 90s, when I was growing up, you walked through a grocery store, there wasn't 50 aisles of 50 different things. It was your basic stuff, and now it's grown bigger and bigger and bigger. And so how do you find those different things?
Sure.
These kids are taught those sorts of things.
And understanding labels and what, because you hear, because sure, marketing comes into play when you go to a grocery store and you see no fat, low fat, or all the things they throw at you on a box, and you're, oh, that's healthy. And all, it's like, well, start looking at the box and it's not as healthy as one would think about it. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember as a kid, Diet Coke was supposed to be some magic drink, Diet Coke, you can eat whatever you want. You should drink Diet Coke. You're fine. Obviously it just didn't put as many calories as a regular Coke. But and that's where I think we need to learn this stuff, and as adults too, because we were taught one thing and now it's different, and so this is why I think in some circles, your children may teach you a few things about that, especially when it comes to healthy eating and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because, that's when you're talking about planning family meals and stuff. Once your child is kind of doing some of this, get them involved in home in some of the meal planning and preparation and stuff. And, teach them as, obviously age appropriate on what they, it's like, all right, if you got a 6-year-old, all right, here's the grill, son. Fire, be a little bit more supervising there. But you know what I mean? That's get them involved in some of the family planning process too, as they're learning some of this. So when if they do a food segment, say, hey, help me make the grocery list and help me find these items in the store, and let's see what and use what they're learning in the Boys and Girls Club and kind of showing them it in the real world a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So, it's all helping you, giving you tools to kind of work with your own child too, because let's face it, kids don't come with an owner's manual, and what you know is what your parents taught you, and so this could be, use all the tools in your tool belt to help you raise some great children.
Exactly.
That's what Boys and Girls Club is there to help you do. And we get it. You work, this is why it's there. Kids get off at 3. You're like, I don't get off work till 5:30 or 5 o'clock here. For $20 a month, they can basically have the kids picked up, come to the thing, doing actual curriculum and learning and getting more good stuff. So by the time you come pick them up at 5 o'clock, they're either going to be exhausted or they're going to be ready to tell you about their days.
Well, exactly. And, and I realize that we do pick up from 8 different schools. We don't pick up from every elementary out there. But if you're more than welcome to bring them too, that gives us more spots as well.
Sure.
Homeschooling. This is one area that I feel like we could probably get into a little bit more as well, because, parents, they're with their kids all day. It gives them a chance to get things done that they need to. So by bringing them by the club at 3 o'clock, you've got 3 hours where you can get some things taken care of. And they're getting that socialization.
The part that they say it is the drawback to homeschooling is lack of being in a social environment. You could basically mitigate that by, spending the afternoons at Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. And they will get all of the part that is good about having group settings and working as a team and working in teams and being in leadership and things like that. Because sure, you have homeschooling and it's you and your kid, but it's really hard to show leadership skills when it's the teacher and a student, and you're the one absorbing. At Boys and Girls Club now, this child, at some point will get chances to lead groups and problem solve and do things that it's really hard to teach one-on-one. And so it's a great point. It's a great, utilize all the tools in your tool belt here to help your children. If you're a homeschool parent that's doing this, use Boys and Girls Club as kind of a way to offset some of the things that you can't do as a homeschool teacher.
Exactly.
So, it's really, and Rick and then we'll be happy to talk to you about any of this stuff, the curriculum times. Take a tour of the place, see some of the cool new gadgets and things that have been put up at the Boys and Girls Club facility. So, by the way, if you haven't been in a while, they did a complete remodel of it here a couple of years ago. And so if you haven't been since, after COVID here or pre-COVID or if you haven't been since after COVID, it's a totally different building. It's they completely, because it was old and kind of run down 10 years ago, and they spent a bunch of money and kind of revamped it and everything else, and then COVID hit, and so we didn't get to play with all the cool toys, and now they're putting in the cool toys. So the Boys and Girls Club really here is getting quite a cool. It's just a lot's been invested into the program here over the last couple of years. And with not only with resources but with people and things like that. So please utilize it. As parents, come talk, come reach out, come show your kids exactly what this facility is like and what the possibilities are here. And sure, elementary age, we're definitely bringing them on. But don't forget, if you're middle age and high school age kids too, please come be a part of the program. Maybe you're, I know some started elementary and maybe have continued through older, but even if you're just now getting into the program and you're just now in middle school or in high school, please come check it out. Come make some new friends. This could be that aspect where you learn and do things that maybe you're missing in school or something like that. And or maybe being a part of a sports team or something like that is not your thing. You might find your thing there with Boys and Girls Club.
Exactly.
That's what it's all about. So what's the best way to reach out to you? Is it just calling or getting online, or what's the best way to?
Multiple ways. You can, of course, Facebook is always a way. Calling us, 575-550-5001. Generally, we're there 10 to 6 right now with the after-school program going on. unless it's an all day. But jump on and check out our website too. We just upgraded our website. It's our initials, so BGCCLC, Boys and Girls Club of Chavez and Lincoln County .org.
And if you don't remember that, just Google Boys and Girls Club, Chavez, Lincoln County, Roswell, probably can get you there, and the website will pop right up.
Yep, and pop right up and click on it. And then, whether you're Roswell or Ruidoso, we've got 2 blue doors now. Blue doors have always been a big standard for Boys and Girls Club because it's, that open door aspect. We want our doors open. So, you pick your door, you go in, and it tells you about what we do. You can print out an application right there for the kids and get that filled out depending on the program that you're going to. And they can get you taken care of from there.
So is it all school age from kindergarten on up, or can they go before kindergarten? What's the earliest they can come?
So it's 1st through 5th grade right now.
Okay.
With kindergarten, the downside is that you need to have somebody special taking care of that group. And we want to make sure that before we bring that type of age group in, we've got somebody who can really handle those kids.
And thing I've learned since my wife's a 2nd grade teacher, if you've noticed nowadays in more modern or renovated schools and things, the kindergarten section of the school is completely different than the elementary side. They usually have their own complete different amenities and facility. Like where my wife teaches, like they have their own playground exclusively for the kindergarten. They have their own, their own little wing, and it's their own bathrooms, their own, and so because like that specialized training you're talking about, all of it's done within their own little bubble there. So it makes you're saying as soon as it just kind of back when I was in kindergarten, it kind of was with everybody else, but now they kind of separate it from the main campus, so to speak.
Exactly. So, but 1st through 5th grade, and then the plan is over the next year or two, we want to get into middle schools, we want to get into high schools, we want to be effective across the board, because kids. The truth is that when adults get bored, they're going to find something to do. When kids get bored, they're going to find something to do, but they're probably going to find something to do that's not always going to be the best thing.
Sure.
And so we want to make sure that we give them a safe place to go where they can learn and they can make mistakes and they can grow and they can do the things that they want to learn how to do, but they do it in that environment where it is safe.
Absolutely. That's what it is. They get to explore. They get to do things. He's having a ball.
He really
is. I've been enjoying just watching him go around. Be honest, I'm listening to Rick. I'm not watching him do cool things. But come check it out. Come bring parents. Come see a tour. Come bring your children, obviously. But if you want to come as parents just to see everything and do it, please come on down. They can, like I said, if you come on down, depending on how busy it is, they might be able to do it right then, but not maybe schedule an appointment to come on and set something up there. Or either if you want to see while it's in action, or if you want to see it before the kids come or after they go home, something like that, or if you want to come during the day when you see programs in action and all that. But please reach out. Please go to the website, do some research, and if you have a child, basically in 1st grade through 5th, but if you're high school, middle, and want to get involved, please reach out too. We're looking for more of these because, to be honest, you're going to be kind of the leaders and stuff too, and you might find out that. You might be pretty good at doing some of that leader stuff and things, even if you're like, well, I'm not into sports, I'm not into 4-H or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm into this, or I'm into, and this will be a way to kind of express your interests and things like that too. So giving you a platform.
Exactly.
That's where I think Boys and Girls Club shine. I think it gives a platform for everybody, including people that necessarily don't have a platform right now. You know what I mean? They're looking for that platform. They're like, I'm not into football, not into this, or they're still trying to find their passion.
Yeah.
And Boys and Girls Club is excellent at helping people do that. So good deal. Is there anything we missed? Anything we wanted to share? We just kind
I think we pretty well covered everything. Biggest things, of course, always the $20 annual fee, but then $20 a month, and that includes all days. We're not open every single day. Like, we're going to be closed Labor Day, we're closed Christmas. We get our holidays too, which is nice. But a majority of those other ones where the kids are out of school, we're going to be open, and
those
that gives
in-service days.
Yeah, exactly.
Those half-day Wednesdays.
Well, half-day Wednesdays, yeah, we pick them up, but all days 7:30 to 6 for all days. So
Good deal.
we're open early enough so parents can get their kids dropped off and then get
snow
over.
days, I would imagine.
Snow days,
those
yeah.
are
If they
days.
do pop up every now and then.
Yeah, we get one once a year, whether you want one or not. Pretty much. You weren't around for Goliath, were you?
No.
Were you in New Mexico when that happened?
No,
or?
I was not for that one. But
Yeah,
my parents have told me about it.
Oh
quite a
yeah,
bit.
this place shut down for a week when that happened. We didn't know what to do with ourselves. But come out, come be a part. I'm telling you, Boys and Girls Club might be that missing piece that you've been trying to get to just connect with your children and getting them to kind of get on board with things and doing all this stuff, and especially in the world we live in now, and COVID and coming out of COVID, and kids, especially because I'm thinking the way my wife talks, the COVID class is third graders now. They're kind of the kids that kind of been in school only through the COVID time. And they're still playing catch up on that. So use things like Boys and Girls Club to yes, you do. He's just saying stuff now.
Yeah, he's just random, exactly.
But yeah, come utilize it. Come every tool you can help to get your kid a chance to succeed, utilize it. And Boys and Girls Club is a very affordable one that can get so much bang for your buck on.
Exactly.
So, good deal. Well, Rick's always appreciate the visit.
Thanks for having me.
Is Minnie you going to be in tow today, or do you have plans for him today?
Oh no, he's with me today because school doesn't start
till tomorrow.
He's with me today. And then when.
Of course, your job is at Boys and Girls Club, so you just turn them loose at the club.
Exactly. And then, 3 p.m. when the kids start showing up, he joins them. And, he's already made friends through this summer.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yep, he's going to be probably a mini instructor at some point at that
Possibly,
thing.
Yep. There's a good chance. He seems to already have that skill down.
Or at least mascot. Maybe
exactly.
The official greeter of the Boys and Girls Club. Good deal. Well, thank you, Rick, and we'll see you next time. Okay?